Gogi is wrong. I don't want to be right.
What would Socrates say to that?
It tickles my fancy.
Okay.
Goosies.
I don't have hair.
Oof.
That's true.
You got Marco.
That's not. No, that's not.
Wait.
Yeah,
That's true. You do got me. Get over here, Marcus. Let me look at you.
They don't want it. Tobin and Leroy, ready to deploy. Had to hit it with a little journalism, but that was a decoy. Better have about me, boy. Okay, Leroy and Tobin, hold to the show, man. Still on the sauce with the show, and till then his half moon open. Sometimes go taste like a snowman. No proof I'm alive by the motor. No proof. Like I always wanted him, I never hated him, I never traded him, independent, I never ever traded him. You know what is a star? Like another city, the driver's side flag. Wish I could large, so many more. 10 in the more, never a bar. Hey, 10 in the more, 2 to the P. Nothing to you, but it's something to me. Handsome as ever, cute as can be. You can watch us on YouTube with viewing for free. Hey, this one time for the Twitch. This one time for the text. This one time for the phone line. Whole time, what they gonna do next?
You know, I
Maybe
just
one's the
wish
first
you
baseman.
guys would stop the quibbling.
I'm just saying.
Maybe it is. Maybe it is.
Yeah.
Are we live, Marcos? We are live, ladies and gentlemen. Tobin and Leroy here with you. 560 WQAM from beautiful Jupiter, Florida, Marlins Spring Training. Hello, Leroy.
I think I could have got here quicker if I would have went to Miami and flew to Palm Beach.
Probably. It was wild.
There
You'll
was
get no
traffic.
sympathy from me, man.
I was like, but here's what I was thinking. I'm not going. I said, you know what? I'll leave a little bit early. So I'll leave at like 8:15, and I can get up, and get a little breakfast.
Yep.
Right? So I know right across, Donald Ross, there's a little, Publix and whatever.
there's a
I
whole
said,
thing
I'm
there
going to
now.
hit that up. By the time I got off 95, right? Because I never take 95, but the traffic was so bad to get on the turnpike.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, at least I'll get there on time. That's where I was, thinking I was going to be able to get there early. It took an hour and 45 minutes.
Wow.
To get from my house to here. And I hate Florida traffic. I wanted to get out of my car.
You hate all traffic. You don't just don't put it at Florida.
I wanted to get out of my car and fight people. Because if you leave I'm going to tell you right now, I know this is not the best thing to say.
Yep.
But when they ask you, okay, what is the safe distance to drive between two cars on the highway driving at 65 miles an hour? 3.5 inches. Because if you're 3.5 feet, somebody gonna try to jam their car.
I gotta be honest with you. You truly feel like you could solve the world's issues in two things: restaurant takeout and traffic. Those are the two things that
I'd fix it.
You feel like you'd fix it.
I'd fix it.
Like you'd have it all figured out.
I'd have it all figured out.
Man.
Because it was brutal. I was trying to be safe. Now, keep in mind, it's early in the morning. You got a lot of people doing makeup, eating breakfast, drinking coffee, on the phone, doing all kinds of stuff they shouldn't be doing other than driving. Let's be clear about that. So I'm trying to keep a safe distance so I can adjust to their movements because they're weaving, they're going back and forth. We got a guy trying to drink coffee with a truck and a trailer on the back, going over that stuff right there. So I'm going to stay away from him, right? So I back up a little bit, slow down a little bit, and some jackass pulls in between me and the truck. So I'm like, this is an accident waiting to happen. So I back up off of him, so when he crashed into the truck, I can get out of the way because I see it coming. Now there's two cars going back and forth, right?
Yeah.
Another car gets in between me and the other car. So I'm like, oh, my God, this is brutal.
Man. All right.
Want to fight people. I shouldn't be this mad on Friday.
I know.
It's Friday.
I know. You're supposed to be relaxed. You're supposed to be in a good mood. It's all right, buddy. We're here.
It's that 2-hour drive.
It was a long drive. I appreciate getting up here. We're excited to be here.
Can I just say this?
Yep.
I appreciate what you do on a daily basis.
Oh, thanks, man.
But is it better the other way?
I mean,
earlier.
It's really a fine drive up until I get to Miami. Once I get to the Golden Glades and I have to either get off the turnpike or if I have to you know, sometimes I'll venture off, you know, like and take the sawgrass, but it's a coin flip of like, what do I really want to do? Do I want to keep moving and drive a lot longer, or do I want to just sit in traffic?
I'm a keep moving kind of guy.
I understand.
There's nothing like nothing makes you feel like you're going to be late, like sitting on the highway.
Yeah, I've shook all that. You know, we've been doing this a while now, so I'm not shook by it anymore.
But I have an all new appreciation for people that take that long drive to wherever you go for work, right? Because you have to understand, when I do it, right, I can go the back way. I can take the Gratney across. I can take side streets. Boom, boom, boom. Takes me 40 minutes, right? Sometimes even quicker. So I don't even have to worry about that. But this drive,
all right, so we're out here. We appreciate the Marlins for having us here at spring training.
I'm
here
doing
today.
the scouting. I'm looking at it. We got a back guy here.
Yeah,
he's a Buckeye.
You've already mocked because he went to Ohio State.
Yeah,
and you've gotten a go blue from a minor leaguer. That was cool.
Yep. They know what's up.
You haven't shamed anybody yet, which
I haven't shamed anybody.
It.
There's some fine, strapping young baseball players going through.
Yep.
My man got the Jordan spikes on. Looking clean.
You're not going to body shame anybody like the last time you were here.
No, he's going to.
No, you're going to body shame somebody?
Dude, let me just say this. If you're a pitcher and you are so big that you can't even wind up and put your hands over your head, that deserves comments. That deserves comments.
Does it? Do you have to say it about everything?
No. Yes. Well, that's what I do. That's what I do. I'm observing.
That's what I do, baby.
I fly. I look out. Look, these fields are beautiful out here. I'm seeing some of the young players that go by. First of all, I'm going to say it like this. You guys can't believe how many players they have at training camp.
It's a lot.
It's a lot of guys.
Well, these guys are all here, and then they're going to go off to whatever small towns they go to.
So they do everybody here.
Everybody.
All the
everybody. It's not like you get sent off to
not AAA yet. They're not going single A, AA, AAA yet.
Yeah,
right?
Okay. I don't think they send you off to Jacksonville till the season's like ready to start. So they're here. They're working with the coaches.
So if you went by and I go,
you need bodies. Like sometimes you might do a split squad game. Sometimes you might just have a few guys. Maybe you don't have a catcher tonight.
I got you. So in other words, I probably shouldn't say, "Oh, there's a jumbo shrimp walking by."
No, I would appreciate it if you did.
But if he's like 18, he knows he's going to be a jumbo shrimp, right?
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, Yuri was 19 last year.
No. He's something special. That's different. That's different.
We got the batting cages right in front of us. You want to go take a couple hacks?
I probably could still hit a baseball
Right off the tee.
Off the tee.
Yeah,
I need somebody to pitch it.
Really?
Yeah.
You want somebody to give you some cheese?
Give me just not. No, I don't want. I can't hit cheese. But because my timing is off. My timing ain't right.
You want me to soft toss it?
Just like a little BP. But back up a little bit. It's pretty amazing how close those when they take BP, how close the pitchers are. They're close.
Yeah, they are.
That like it's frightening.
That's why they got that cage.
Oh yeah.
They got that cage.
But I think I could probably give you 2-3 good swings before my back gave out, and then
I don't want you to do that.
You guys would.
I want you to be ready to play, because you know what's going to happen. You're going to want to go golf on Sunday, and then you're going to be thinking, "That made me do it for the gram."
Oh yeah,
made me do it for the gram.
Oh no, that is that young players too.
Yeah, man. I'm pretty sure I think anybody out right now is young, because they don't have a game until tonight. So I don't think the big boys get going until like a little bit later in the show.
Okay, I got you.
That's the way.
Or I would say this. The young guys don't have uniforms. They just got shirts. Jerseys.
Jerseys, yeah.
You're a jerseys guy.
Yeah.
See, there's no other sport that does it like that. Even basketball does. Well, basketball give you the big double numbers.
They give you the big double numbers.
Yeah.
They give you the reversible flip practice jersey. But then, you'll get one that looks like a Heat jersey if you're playing in a game.
But I tell you what, the one thing that I'm amazed at with baseball, right? You can be a good baseball player, but because you're in a system where you're playing behind an all-star, then your comeuppance to the big leagues is stalled.
Yeah,
right? Or you get traded or something like that. And no other sport operates like that, right? If you're good enough to play in the top class of your sport in any other sport, you're playing, right? They don't send, a first-round pick that could start.
Yeah,
Because
or
he's
you're
like,
at least
they
going to be on
find
the
a-
roster.
you're gonna be on the bench,
You're
right.
not going to be there.
You're going to
like-
get you some minutes,
like
right?
when Bam was a rookie, he was
Right.
playing. Hassan was in front of him. But
It's
like,
not
he
going
was-
to be any Cam.
he wasn't-
What's the guy's name that didn't play a lick last year? Cam, the cornerback,
Oh, Cam Smith.
Cam Smith.
Yeah.
Right? There's no, but even he played special teams, right? It would be the equivalent of Cam Smith getting drafted. You expecting him to play, he don't play, so you send him to the jumbo shrimp. Like that doesn't happen in
It's a
football.
weird thing.
It's a weird
It is a weird thing. Some of them get to stay right here because they can play for the Jupiter Hammerheads.
right, which is one of the reasons why when I had a decision to make between baseball and football, I chose football.
Because you didn't want to go.
I
to,
didn't. I just didn't like.
you didn't want to go to some podunk town.
No,
and,
I didn't care about that.
single A?
I didn't care about that. But here's the deal: baseball is one of the few sports where you can be good enough, but not yet on the big team yet.
Yeah.
And that would drive me.
The other thing
crazy.
that drives you nuts too is a lot of the times teams will manipulate because they want to keep you around.
Oh,
they
so
don't-
you're good enough to play, but we're gonna hold
we
you
don't
for another
wanna-
2 months
Yeah, we don't
because we
you
want
to-
that extra
We
year.
don't want that year of service.
Right,
So they got
right.
that going on. Which to the Marlins, they didn't do that with Yuri last year. They could have probably played that game. They didn't. He came up. He was one of their best pitchers.
The last team I remember doing it was Chicago. The Cubs did it with their
Chris Bryant.
Chris
is a famous
Bryant,
case
right.
that they did that with.
right
yeah.
where everybody was just against themselves over it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But, oh man, beautiful out here. Look at the
Oh, so
grass
if you
going.
got the blue one, is that? See what I'm saying?
Bro, do you think I know what the Marlins dress code is? I
No.
don't
I'm
know.
asking.
I don't know.
Dude,
I don't know.
I'm asking.
You're
wait,
like, who are the
hey.
blue ones? Who are the
No,
guys in the
can I ask you a
jerseys?
question?
I don't know.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
When I have a question about something that I don't know about,
Mhm.
who do I always call?
Me.
Okay, so
But I don't
like,
know. Why would I know that?
why wouldn't you?
Like it's boxed in.
Why wouldn't you?
Marcos,
Right?
am I
That's-
crazy?
How could you not know that, dude?
That's okay. Like I'm just saying, I call the person that I know. Like if I have a fight question,
Yeah.
Marcos. If I have a fight question, I will call him up on the weekend. Hey, what happened with this or this?
I
or
get,
why?
but you're asking me like organizational things, and I don't know.
Okay,
I'm not quite
I
sure.
got you.
I'm not quite sure. I'm just
got
happy
you.
that right
But
now.
I'm gonna tell you right now, a lot of strapping young men, athletes
yeah.
went by.
Yep.
I can't even comment. So
Well, let's get to our headlines brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Super Center.
Oh, yeah.
Why buy a truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
you think these trucks don't travel?
Except your camera
we
doesn't.
know trucks.
The Panthers lose last night.
Oh my goodness.
Not used to
Can-
that.
Can I just say this? Carolina's going to be a problem.
Nah.
I'm just telling you, they were 18-3 in the last 21 games.
Mm-hmm.
2 of those losses, they've been shut out by one team. Is it okay that I'm a little concerned?
Nah.
No, you do that. No. You do
Not
that thing.
concerned.
You do that thing, right? It's the same reason why you were talking about Jim VP in January. You do that thing.
Deserved.
So I'm sorry if I'm just not going to go for it. Marcos, I'm going to ask you.
Oh, okay. He's a
Yeah.
coward.
Okay?
No.
If your team is 18-3 and playing the best hockey in the NHL.
Yeah.
But 2 of the 3 losses they have are against one team and they don't even score against them. Can you have a level of concern?
Look, I trust the Panthers, but
I'm not saying that.
it's a little scary.
Yes.
It's,
Oh, thank you.
it's a little something to watch.
I'm just concerned.
Something to watch. Just something
Can you
on
be
the radar.
concerned?
They swept them last year.
Oh, good. Listen,
Earn my respect.
Wait.
in the playoffs.
That makes me feel better,
yesterday's
actually.
price is not today's price. Yes, last year's season and last year's team is not this year's
You're right.
team.
It's better. It's better than last year's team. So have a little faith.
So yes, I believe it's better. That being said, should I have some concerns about 2 of their 3 losses? They don't even score a goal against the same team.
Dude, can I just tell you something? I've never met a guy who's got less guts than you when it comes to your
It has nothing to do with
Wow,
guts.
dude.
Like where
Because I don't
where is the
hold on.
respect that
Wow.
this team deserves?
Here's what it is. Here's what you call it.
Gutless.
You call it guts. Okay, I'm saying I don't just blindly throw my opinion out
I'm not
when
doing it
there's
blind.
facts to support the concern.
In fact, you know what another thing? I'm taking the whole
Like you did with
haul-
you. Wait, like
Hold
you
on.
did after
No.
All-Star break. Like you did with the Heat after All-Star break.
Yeah, well, I'm fine. I'm still confident. I'm still confident. A little tough
You
schedule,
can be
little tough run.
here. You can be confident in your team. You're confusing the two things.
I'm not.
You can have confidence in your team and think your team's going to win it all.
No.
While having concern about the one team that seems to be an issue. Carolina is a problem. Would you admit to that?
No.
No? They haven't scored a goal against Carolina.
Congratulations. You did what you were supposed to do in your barn. Whatever.
Okay. I got
Whatever.
You. Okay.
You know,
Okay.
the first time the Cats lose
But-
by multiple goals in the span of a calendar year, and I'm supposed to be queasy over the Carolina Hurricanes all of a sudden when we gave them the business?
Last year.
Come on, dude.
Every year is different.
Oh, okay.
I'm just telling you. Every year's different. Why do you think you're the only guy? Sports fans do this, right? They think that every year is just a continuation. Every year is a different year. Treat it as such.
Nope.
Nope.
No.
Okay. All right.
That's
I got you.
know that like if I'm gonna do that, I'm just gonna. So you're just telling me to ignore facts. You know, we live in a world today.
No.
People don't want to see the things
You
that-
are
no,
ignoring facts.
I'm not.
Wait.
I'm not.
I presented facts to you. What I said about the all three losses are facts, recent facts, and you dismissed it. So don't tell me about dismissing facts. You are dismissing these facts.
No, you're taking the body of evidence that is larger and you're dismissing it. You're taking a one game and you're like, ooh,
No,
scared of the
I'm not-
Hurricanes.
I'm not taking one game. I'm looking at the last 21 games and seeing two losses by the same team where a team that has been dominant scoring the puck has not scored against them. That's what I'm asking. I'm saying, hey, should there be some concern? Carolina seems to be the one team that poses a problem for this team when as far as scoring goals.
I'm not worried about it.
Okay.
And like you want to sit here and if you want to make a
I
mountain out
asked
of
the
a molehill,
question. I'm not
yeah,
making
but
a
you're not
mountain-
but you're not accepting the answer. You know?
because the answer is like Jim VP. That's the answer you gave me.
Oh, okay. And then who was right?
What do you mean who's right?
Who was right last year?
They just like last
No,
year
but you
is
got mad
not
about this
this.
argument last year. And who was right?
Okay.
You've been bombed.
So using that thought process,
Sure.
the Dolphins will never win because last year,
They got to show me
the year
something.
before, they got to show.
They got to show me something.
They got to show.
They got to show me something.
Okay.
Marcos, what are who's got to show you something more? Dolphins or Heat?
Dolphins got to show me something.
All right, who has to show you something more? Dolphins or Panthers?
Ooh,
Dolphins. I agree with that.
definitely got to be the Dolphins.
I agree
Okay,
with that.
And why
But-
is that?
Huh?
Why is that?
because they haven't done it yet.
Wow.
But here,
I'm glad we're on the same page now.
But here,
same.
you understand. The other two teams have gotten farther, but they haven't won either.
Yeah, but they've
Okay.
gotten farther.
Okay.
And you would agree, we've all agreed this entire year. The Heat, I'll understand the questions because the Heat, you can say, your improvements are on things you really don't know because it's like Tyler's health, Rozier. You're really relying on Bam and Jimmy to carry it again with a lot of unqualified. Okay. The Panthers? The Panthers have been the best team in the league this year, and they did it last year as an 8th seed. And you're getting
no.
a little fearful about some Carolina
I-
Hurricanes that
I-
Leroy.
I
we took
merely just
we took our
asked-
cleaning supplies out for them last year.
I merely just asked the question.
Somebody give me a broom.
So they don't get better.
Not like
So
this.
it's gonna be the same.
Not like the Cats.
It's gonna be the same as
They
long
don't got
as
Bob. They don't got Bob.
as long as the Panthers are playing hockey, they're going to be able to do the same thing every year. No other
I'm
team's
going to
going
tell
to
you
get
something right
better.
now.
I'm just asking.
I'm
No
going
other
to tell you,
team's
but I'm
going
going
to
to
get
give you
better.
I'm going to give you an honest answer.
Sure.
Okay? There are good teams out there. They're good. They're good.
Hmm?
But the Cats have earned so much good faith with me.
Okay.
The Cats could be down 3-0
Mhm.
in a series, and I'm not calling it. I'm not calling it until it's done.
You do, yes, I agree with that. That's hockey is a weird thing like that. So I agree with you there. Okay. But can I just say,
You got some red bats.
can I just say this? That everybody thought that about the Bruins last year.
Yeah, but they're frauds.
They scored more points in a season than anybody in the history of hockey.
Marcos?
Fraudulent, dude.
Frauds.
Okay.
Easy.
All right.
Frauds.
Okay.
Take a break. Back after this.
WQAM broadcast.
clock. You're like, what the fuck?
Gotta get that. Gotta get that. Gotta get that. Gotta get that.
Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you. 560 WQAM. We are live from Jupiter, Florida. Miami Marlins Spring Training. Got a night game tonight. Taking on the Cardinals at Roger Dean Stadium. We're seeing a lot of minor leaguers right now. Our guy Rad from Phoenix Bats, he was telling us that it's they got a minor league game around 2-ish. So they're getting loose, Leroy, because this is when the prospects like to show out. So just mind you, when you're fat shaming somebody today, it's a minor leaguer. They have feelings too. Okay, dude?
Hey,
what?
Listen. I understand the development of young players.
Yes.
More than anybody. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And the hardest thing to do in sports is hit a baseball. There is no question. That's the hardest thing in baseball to do, and in sports to do. However, if I should see a chunker walk by, or even
how about don't call him a chunker?
Or better yet, when I see a tall, slender guy, I say something about him. You know, somebody walk by with that Wemby body.
I gotta tell you, you're much less likely to call out a Wemby than you are a chunker.
That's true. No, that's true.
I mean, let's just be real about it, Marco.
Hey,
Yeah, that's true.
if I call out a chunker, I might have to get in a 3-point. I might have to, might be some action.
I gotta be honest with you.
And from what I'm hearing, we wouldn't be able to understand each other. Let me tell you. Woo.
That guy's got like ski goggles on. I like those.
Outfielder or catcher?
I don't know. He's maybe a catcher because that.
But
guy in front of him is a
here's the
catcher.
thing that's amazing about baseball.
Yeah.
Some of these guys are so young, right? And that's the thing that gets lost. Tiny, they're 18. Like, yeah. So I'm amazed at that.
It's it definitely is pretty crazy how young some of the guys are around here. I mean, this place used to be a college. I don't know if there's still an FAU college over here, but there used to be. So you got some kids who are younger than even some of the college students that used to go over here. But should be cool. I was watching Jazz last night. He was on MLB Network, and he was talking about he thinks that their lineups is being slept on. And I gotta be honest with you, some of the additions that they made, because you think about them having Bell and Berger all year this year. I mean, like, look, a lot of it's on him because we need him healthy for an entire season.
Yes, that's the thing.
I think it's a huge factor.
Has Jazz, since he's been here, he's never had a full healthy season.
Yeah.
And so from that standpoint, is he on Tyler? A lot of parallels.
I don't like that. What do you mean a lot of
That's
parallels?
a fact. That's a fact. You can say what you want. Is that not a fact? A lot of parallels between
I can see it. I understand
their abilities.
I just don't like it.
Nobody likes it.
I don't like it.
Nobody likes it. Now I would say this. The impact of Jazz playing a full season will be substantially greater, especially now, than if Tyler were to play a whole season. I'm not saying that Tyler wouldn't be good and that it wouldn't make a difference.
Well, the thing is, they just like Jazz. They need some power. Like you lose,
right?
you
But
lose
that's
a
what
guy
I'm
like
saying.
Soler. Now they're gonna have Bellenberger for a full year. That's definitely gonna help.
Right.
De La Cruz has always been solid for them. And then the kind of wild card also is Tim Anderson and what he's got left. So like bringing him in, you still got Birdie, who's going to be now able to be plugged around all over the place. I can't believe Birdie's been around this long, dude. Remember that?
Yeah.
That was a guy, Marcos. I mean, Leroy was heckling, but he's like,
great.
Back in the first, the OG.
No. That was
broadcast.
not me. You were, see?
Marcos.
Marcos. We were outside of Jeter's office, and Birdie was playing shortstop.
Yes.
And it wasn't me. It was him going, Birdie!
He liked it.
Oh,
No.
did he?
I think so.
The only thing that got my mind off of that was when Granderson stepped on his glove and fell on his face.
Still hasn't been able to live that one down.
I can't do it.
A man with all the credentials of the Grandy man. And Leroy's just like,
Hey,
stepped on your glove.
dude, wait, it looked crazy for a guy with those credentials.
Mm-hmm. Crazy, man.
Is Jazz still going to be in outfield, center field?
Yes.
Nice.
Yes. Yeah, they're keeping him there.
Sweet.
I know that he's like said in the past that he wanted to be a shortstop again, but he seems like he's taking a lot more seriously, I guess, like the nutrition side of things. Like he's apparently like stopped McDonald's and stuff also. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that's going to mean he's going to be healthier, but hopefully it helps. I don't know.
I think with his athleticism, he would make more of an impact on the outfield, right?
Yeah, I think
instead of in the infield.
It's a big outfield too.
Right.
It's a big outfield.
Right.
I think the year of experience there is definitely going to help for sure. And then Jesus Sanchez.
Pitcher.
Thanks, man.
You know how I know?
He's wearing a black shirt.
No.
Oh.
The toe thing.
What happened with the stove?
The rope toe they paint with something so they don't ruin the toe.
He's got a football.
Huh?
He's got the football.
Oh. All right.
I wonder what he's up for.
Think I could go get it without fumbling?
Definitely. We'll take a quick break. We're live here from spring training at Jupiter, Florida.
Are.
We'll take a break. Back after this.
This hour
yeah. Lately, I just wanna show up and body some, yeah. Always been a little mathematician. Lately, this cash I'm getting got me losing count of these bags. I've been moving
Welcome
too
back,
fast.
everybody. It is Tobin and Leroy here with you.
Hey,
Yeah.
Can y'all stop messing with me? Hey,
Steph's like telling him we got this new leadoff hitters coming for the Marlins today.
Yeah. Who's that?
He's like, yeah, I think he's a Jazz Chisholm's brother-in-law or something like that. Just
Oh,
completely messing with Leroy. I love it.
oh, great.
Welcome to the silly sauce, Steph.
everybody seems to think, you know what? That's the guy we can mess with.
Yep.
Really?
Well, a little bit.
This is like I walked through Walmart one time, and it's late at night, so I'm just trying to get in and out of there, and I see these three guys, and I'm like, oh, they keep staring at me, right? So I'm trying to elude them. All of a sudden, I hear in unison, Leroy, just yelling in Walmart. So now I got to acknowledge him, so I give him a wave, so they'll just like, because everybody else is looking like, look at these three clowns. There's only four of us that know what the hell's going on.
I love it. It happened to Frog Boy the other day, too, when he was at a Walmart.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely. Also happened in the elevator at the arena. Denzel, if you're listening,
Dude.
what's up, dude?
He goes, ribbit.
Can I tell you a funny?
No one says my
story?
name anymore.
This is hilarious.
I want my identity back.
So Rebecca has her friend over, and they're on the couch, right? Rebecca looks up to me and says, Dad, like mother like daughter, or like daughter like mother. I'm like, what are you talking about? She goes, big spoon. And I'm looking on the couch. I'm like, dude, no. No. Don't. I'm like, what is my life?
Oh,
What
man.
is
Everything
that?
has become a bit.
Right.
Everything has
Right.
become a bit for the show.
Got family doing bits. Like, it's just like,
So the Dolphins yesterday made a couple more signs. The big one, Kendall Fuller, their new cornerback they got from Washington. People are raving about this signing for the Dolphins.
they said it's big. He's going to play opposite Jalen Ramsey. I would say this. If Cam Smith can come through, right, and you have three corners, and then you can get another safety or maybe another corner that does nickel stuff and special teams, you're going to be okay. Here's the issue. The better your rush is, the less they have to be productive in the secondary. People don't understand how that works. It works hand in hand, right? If you don't have a pass rush, I don't care who you have in the secondary covering. It's not going to matter because they can't cover for 5 seconds. So I'm more concerned with, and I won't even say the players. Let's say I'm more concerned with the scheme and how they manipulate the defense to get production out of that front seven.
Yeah, I get you, but I do think that it definitely feels less concerning now because we were all just talking about how many holes that they had to fill, and they've basically, like, look, they still have the monster. I mean, you're not replacing Christian Wilkins,
right.
But everybody else, you could say that they've either upgraded or they've added somebody who's had more credentials of what they had, and so I don't know. I think this was what Tyreek Hill said yesterday. And I don't know how you feel about this, Frog Boy, because you've certainly been a bit of a Grinch. But he said, I was told to send all Greer apologies under this tweet.
Right. Well, here's what I would say.
Great.
Here's what I would say.
Mouthpiece, dude.
Is what?
Mouthpiece.
No, let me explain. This is what I think. Is the defense gonna be better or gonna be in a position where they can survive the Christian Wilkins going to the Raiders because they're going to be different? You understand what I'm saying? Because when you don't have that guy up front, right? A lot of times you have to do a lot of different things. So, like, you might see a defense that looks kind of like what Brian Flores did, 11 men up. And stuff like that. because now you have guys in the secondary you feel can cover them long enough for those guys to get there. So is it going to look like that? Or is it going to be something along the lines of, hey, we're going to find somebody else and we can still get some pressure, like that. We can drop a lot of guys out. I'm curious to see. I'm more curious not who replaces all these guys, with what kind of defense they run and how they are able to adjust to what talent they do have.
The bob and weave.
Again.
What? We're agreeing.
No, we're not.
No, we are. Guys in and out,
Dude.
Bob and weave.
You see what I'm dealing with? Did you not? Did everybody not get a feel?
That was good.
Did everybody not get a feel for?
I was praising what your point was,
and what I was trying to say, and how sometimes they can make some adjustments with players that you lose with the new defensive coordinator and how he does things or what have you. Bob and weave. That's his response. Bob and weave.
Yeah, samesies. More or less.
I've seen about 4 or 5 baseball players wearing those glasses.
Oh, yeah, this is my baseball.
He looks baseballed up. Are you wearing a Jazz Chisholm jersey right now?
I am indeed wearing.
Can I also say this? Can I also say this?
Yeah.
And this is I'm gonna say this. This is a compliment to the young strapping athletes that I've seen go by.
Yes.
None of them are as thick as you.
I appreciate that. That's fine.
Don't worry, Marcos. Burger and Bell will be out here soon.
That's what I'm saying.
No, they're not coming. They don't come out till later.
You're dealing with the
soon enough. Soon enough.
Okay.
But he's done a big thing now. He's kissing. He's done a thing. He's realized now.
Yeah.
Marcos is drunk on celebrity praise. So when you were out last week, we had Chael Sonnen on.
Oh, yeah.
And
that was my boy.
I kind of just did the whole interview, but Chael looks at us and he's like,
dude.
He goes, how come this guy hasn't said anything? He goes, well, what's up with your guy? He doesn't say anything. He doesn't like old Chael. And then Marcos he ripped off a Chael Sonnen promo from Anderson Silva days. And Chael's like, oh, that's his guy now. He loves Marcos.
Yeah.
He's all about Frog Boy.
Friend of the show.
But he is a friend of the show. He is a friend of the show. He was tremendous.
Yeah.
But it was and also wants to fight Jorge Masvidal.
He does?
Yeah, they're beefing now. I don't know.
Why? Look, I don't know how much of this you take serious. Sometimes it ends up being a fight.
Yep.
Because, while we talking about all this, money talks. But Chael he ain't fought in a long time.
No.
And Masvidal's closer to fighting because that's Tuesday for Masvidal.
Masvidal is boxing Nate Diaz coming up in June, I think.
Okay. So I don't know if you want to talk trash when can't nothing happen.
Yeah, but he was just the spin Chael put on him he goes he's a welterweight. I'm not fighting him. Like, come on. He's like it's demeaning to pick on the little guy.
So he tried that was his escape plan.
It's just what do you think? He's Chael Sonnen. He's a master of words.
Yo, yeah. You want to talk that should be Tobin's idol.
But he's great. But the thing is, now Marcos is hoping Jazz comes on the show, and then he's like, "Oh, Jazz Chisholm." And casually, he'll turn his back and throw the jersey on him, just so he can get another celebrity endorsement.
You know what I want? All I want, if I had to wish for one thing for this Marlins team, it would be health.
Of course,
right?
By the way, this has not been just the pitchers. It hasn't been good luck so far in the spring, but it's just spring.
It's just spring. I'm not worried about that.
Just spring.
I'm not. Plus, in spring, listen, I've been known to take a couple of vet days and fake a limp.
Oh,
get the bumps and bruises out, and then here's what you say. You want me to tell you what you say?
Mm-hmm.
If we had a game on Sunday, I could play, but
if you really
wait, no. What did they say? What did they? Y'all heard it. If there was playoffs, I'd go. right. So yeah, man.
But yeah, anyway, I think you're right. I don't know. It's going to be definitely a big thing, and this is one of the things that's going to be fun with Anthony Weaver. Is all right, dude.
Yeah.
Wow. We're going to figure out what he brings to the table as a defensive coordinator, but it seems like it's an exciting thing to start seeing the pieces come together. But I tell you one thing.
And here's the thing that usually, and I'm gonna tell you this, usually when they have a bunch of signings, it gives you an indication of what they're thinking schematically.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna tell you the first thing they thought when they signed what's his name?
Jordyn Brooks.
Jordyn Brooks. I'm tired of seeing our linebackers chasing tight ends around the football field.
He was Marcos, you hear him yesterday?
Did I?
Thinks he's one of the fastest players in the league.
I like that,
well,
dude. On a team with
be
Tyreek Hill.
He might be the sixth fastest on the team.
That's
so
what I'm
pipe
saying.
down, right?
Yeah.
I don't think he knows, but I like the confidence.
I do.
So all I need him to do is be faster than all the tight ends that nobody's been able to cover.
Yep.
That's it. And so when you think about going from last year to this year, right? You say, okay, I can see why they signed somebody like him, right? Tired of seeing tight ends eat us up. Okay. Now, I don't know what they're going to do up front. I really don't know how it's going to work. They did sign they signed a couple of pass rushers. They signed
Shaq Barrett.
But who's the guy? They signed the guy in the middle that was going to replace
Yeah, I don't know.
He's going to be like a backup though.
Yeah,
they still need a front liner.
I don't think they have anybody front line. They're bringing back a bunch of guys. Like they brought back Benito Jones. They brought back Hand. They brought back John Jenkins is coming back. They got some guy from the Cowboys. I don't think but nobody who was nobody's got the credentials, obviously.
Can you cover up the loss of Christian Wilkins by scheme? So that means instead of just having Christian Wilkins go and be super athletic and just make guys miss, you more games, you run more, slants, you bring guys up, you do a whole lot of other things to kind of compensate for that. That's also something else that we have to wait to see.
By the way, is our new safety on an ayahuasca retreat with Aaron Rodgers right now?
Why?
Who, Poyer?
Poyer.
Oh no.
It appears that he is, because everybody's like, where is Aaron Rodgers with all this news going on? Costa Rica on an ayahuasca retreat.
Oh, and Poyer was in Costa Rica.
Hey, can I just say something? If you want to be a politician, you cannot be on an ayahuasca retreat.
Well,
because keep in mind, this country is run by ignorance.
Mm-hmm.
So nobody's going to know about what that is. They're going to just call Aaron Rodgers a druggie. You know it.
Dude, he was on, it was crazy. This is a league that banned Ricky Williams, and he was on an interview with Aaron Andrews saying how ayahuasca helped him win the MVP. I'm like, what are we doing here?
Right. But it's the same thing. Oh, okay. What about Reggie Bush? Should he get his?
Oh, Johnny Manziel stepped up for him. Did you see that?
I don't know if that's who I want.
Johnny Manziel says, I will no longer attend the Heisman ceremony until Reggie Bush gets his trophy back.
I think we all find ways, and all these organizations and groups and people want to find ways to stand on their soapbox and say, how good and wholesome we are. And the fact of the matter, they're frauds.
Yeah.
Like stop. Because even when what's going on now in college sports, right? It's a long time coming. The NCAA could have had control of this years ago, and now it's the Wild Wild West because some court determined that NIL was okay, not the NCAA. The governing body of college football or college sports did not come to this conclusion. It was the courts. So now they have no control over it, and it's the Wild Wild West.
We will take a quick break. Hour two. We'll hear a little bit from new Dolphins linebacker Jordyn Brooks. Back after this.
Listening to drink of the Florida Panthers. The Panthers play here. AM 560 Sports, WQAM, FM 99.9 HD2, and always live on the free Odyssey app.
Guys, let me tell you, I got up extra early this morning, took that trip, had to get me a Kosar coffee, made one this morning, put a little cream and sugar in it. But we all know Bernie for his comebacks on the field, but his greatest comeback is one he made with his health. After a grueling career, over 40 surgeries, over 100 concussions, Bernie was down but not out. He realized that food is medicine and changed what he put into his body. Bernie started creating wellness products and has finally released Kosar Coffee, an organic coffee that's infused with vitamin D and resveratrol, which is nature's miracle antioxidant. This combination of ingredients is exclusive to Kosar Coffee and a perfect way to start your own journey to a healthier life. Here's what you do. Go to kosarcoffee.com to not only order your game-changing coffee, but you can get some merchandise. And if you use code Leroy, you get an exclusive discount for our listeners. You know Bernie, he's very positive, and he believes you deserve to be healthy because you matter.
It's time for our Tua.
It's our Tua. It's our Tua. It's our Tua. Tua, Tua, Tua. Tonga Vailoa. Not
Tua Tagovailoa.
A for effort. Dolphins quarterback.
Tua.
It's our Tua. It's our Tua.
Tua.
Tua, Tua, Tua. Tua, Tua, Tua. Can go to hell. Tua Tonga Vailoa. Dolphins quarterback. Daddy loves you guys.
Our Tua with Tobin and Leroy.
Check the history of food.
Hour 2 of the program, ladies and gentlemen. Tobin and Leroy here in Jupiter.
Hey, let me tell you, not for nothing, we have had beautiful days every
Oh,
time
my
we
God.
come here. Sun is out.
Breezy.
It's not too
A
bad.
little breezy. You see the flags?
You see the flags?
You see the flags? They got a little swirling winds.
We got a little. Which way is do I need to get my compass out? Y'all want to see how I do the weather? Let me see.
Sure. Give us a weather update, Leroy, for the Desmond and Dover Law Firm, your accidentattorneys.com. Free consultations 24/7. Call them at 866-954-MORE.
First of all, I got to see what my compass because
You gotta-
I'm lost. I can't just look out of my, you know what I mean? Out of my compass.
Mhm.
All right.
I don't like how you say that word, to be honest.
Compass? What do you call it?
So
I mean, I don't know. It just
We're-
sounds weird when you say
so this way is west.
Yes.
So I'm guessing the winds are out of the east. So the east is behind us.
Mm-hmm.
It's humming now. I got to say 10 to 15 miles per hour.
Hmm.
I don't have the trees that I usually knock things off of, but those trees look like they're doing the way back.
Mm-hmm.
Gusting maybe up a little bit higher than that. And I would say right now, because we're in Jupiter, it is not even 80 degrees.
It's really nice out.
It's nice
Okay.
out.
Are you
It's
doing?
nice.
Can you correct this on the Jupiter weather, Marcos,
Yes.
or what's going on in Miami?
Yeah, I always look where Leroy's at because nothing matters more than wherever Leroy's at.
Of course.
So it is currently 79 degrees. You're right, not even 80. Winds coming out of the southeast at 13 miles per hour. A little bit of humming, and maybe a 1% chance of rain for today.
It ain't raining here.
Yeah.
We'll go to our headlines here, brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Supercenter. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know truck.
We talked little Cats in the first hour. They lost 4-0 last night. We'll get back into it in Cat Talk. The Heat, they're back on the hardwood tonight. They are taking on the Detroit Pistons. Don't lose. Also, not great, but not surprising. Kevin Love, Tyler Herro, not on the trip. This is a 4-game road trip, so we may have 4 more games where they are not participating. They are not back till next Friday.
So I know
And
we're concerned about Tyler Herro, but
Yeah.
what the hell's up with Kevin Love?
Well, he's old.
Oh, so this has all just been old?
No. I think he has a heel injury. He
Okay,
also is dealing with a foot, but you got to be cautious with the old, you know?
You gotta be.
You got to be.
Absolutely.
I got to be honest with you. I was thinking about this last night. I really do think that Jimmy is suffering not having Kevin Love because Kevin plays in a lot of those stints where Jimmy comes in and kind of runs with himself. You know, Kevin has such good chemistry with him, and I do think that Jimmy not being able to get into those easy spots, you know, where guys are wrapping him up, and you know, we know I love the outlet pass that Kevin Love does. I've always loved that.
You know who I heard this
I've always
morning?
loved that play.
I heard Ron this morning, and he was saying that the biggest loss
Mhm.
was Kevin Love. He said, because think about this. He plays 17 minutes a game.
Mhm.
He averages 9 points, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists in 17 minutes.
I think it's a huge
That's
loss.
it.
And they don't really.
He said, plus he bangs
Yep.
in the inside. He gets rebounds.
And he has great chemistry.
And
With
he
Jim.
has, right,
Dude, there was like four or five plays in that last
where
game.
the ball went in the second row.
Yeah, just like Jimmy's like, all right, you know, and you could see the frustration was kind of building with him. So no, I do think it's a big loss not having Kevin Love.
But who would have ever thought that? To be fair,
No, I get you.
who would have ever thought that?
Because they don't really have anybody to back him up.
But they
So
they don't have another Kevin Love they kind of have another Tyler Herro.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I'd agree with that.
that's not taken away from how good.
No, it's not. It's
Tyler
just it's
is.
the facts.
Just, right. And because the biggest thing for all of this, right, of the last couple of years, who's going to come in and give substantial and important minutes when Bam is out?
Yep.
And that Kevin Love filled that pretty good.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So tonight, 7 o'clock is your pregame. So you got an early 5:45 preheat, Solana, Tommy Tig, and then they got the Pistons again on Sunday.
Right.
That's a 3 o'clock. Let us get an update from the Edwin Watts Golf Shop. Some of the 9-day 100% satisfaction guarantee, serving golfers around the country since 1968. What is going on at the Players, Leroy?
All right. Right now, the leader at 2 under today through 9 holes is Matthew Fitzpatrick. He's 8 over in the tournament, so he is in first place. Xander Schauffele and Rory McIlroy, who haven't teed off yet. They tee off at 129 and 140.
Are those different flags, Rory? Because Rory's Northern Ireland, right?
Yeah.
Fitzpatrick is just England.
That's not an England flag.
That's England, dude.
Is that England or just Ireland?
That's England.
Ireland and Northern Ireland.
No, it's England.
Okay.
Hey, England, love.
So they tee off at 129 and 140. I don't know. Schmid.
Okay.
Keith Mitchell, JT Poston, Scotty Scheffler. We watch him. Dude's been putting well. He's definitely in it. I'm looking for my guy, Ludwig Aberg. That's who I picked to win.
Love Ludwig.
He is a very young guy who is very good. The golf course is actually playing as easy as I've seen it play, but I'm going to guess that they're going to stop putting water on it. The rough is brutal. The greens are going to get hard. It's going to get a little bit windier, and all hell's going to break loose at TPC. So that's a good update for right now.
They can do
right
that.
now, Matthew Fitzpatrick, who is he won the U.S. Open last year.
All right.
I want to say last year or year before last. Sorry.
The Marlins will be in spring training action tonight against the Cardinals. So if you are Roger Dean, if you're up in the Palm Beach area, Roger Dean Stadium, you guys can catch your fish in action as they play the Cardinals a lot. They share a facility. And then they play the Mets, the Astros a lot because they're right down the road.
Okay.
So
yeah.
that's
so
what's
it's
going on
kind
there.
of what is this called? The Grapefruit League. Grapefruit League. You got the Grapefruit League, you got the Catholics League.
Yep.
And there's one more.
No, that's it.
That's it?
I think you're right. There used to be more, but now it's just 2.
Right, because remember I remember the Indians were supposed to build a place down in Homestead, and then Andrew hit, and they bailed. So
good call.
The Marlins opening day, by the way, is March 28th. So we're about a week plus away from Marlins opening day, less than 2 weeks. Next 2 Thursdays. The 28th, they are hosting the Pirates, a 4-game series, 4:10. So go to Marlins.com. You guys can get your tickets, still available for opening day. And then, of course, I don't know what this is. I'm looking right now, but it says Burger and Beer Friday, and that just sounds like a great promotion.
Well, you know what? You know why it's perfect? Lent.
Lent?
No, burger and beer. I thought it was fish and beer.
I think, yeah, but you only got to do you. I think
No.
Easter's coming up at the end of the month, so
The end of the month, right.
early Easter this year.
It's
So-
on the 31st. That sucks because I'm having no family until 5-6 o'clock. That's when they come back from France.
Oh, all right.
So, hey, I'm available. Well, me and Fonz and Mimi will be home, so we think we're gonna cook some stuff up. See what's up. Ooh.
Oh, I see what it says.
That's what
now.
Fonzie made.
What?
Oyster Rockefeller.
What the hell's that?
Whew. So he got 2 dozen oysters. He shucked them, got them all right. Put some like a cheese sauce with spinach on it and bacon. Grilled them. Oh.
Man.
What?
By the way,
Great.
speaking of good food, the thing that you're talking about, I looked it up. Every Friday game is burger and beer at Lone Depot Park. Your ticket package includes 1 smash burger and 1 craft beer.
Ooh, smash burger. Remember we had those.
Yeah.
Smash. Those are Khabib burgers.
I don't think so.
But here's the problem: can't eat meat on Friday.
For one, but it's only one Friday. It's only one Friday.
No,
No, I think it's every Friday.
every Friday.
No, I know, but like
No, that's every Friday.
yeah.
I only got two more Fridays.
Yeah, Lent ends.
2 more
And there's-
Fridays.
It doesn't start until the, you know what I mean.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it doesn't start till next week.
Well, opening day. The opening day is the last week. We got one
So
more
Good
week.
Friday?
Opening day is the 28th.
It is Good Friday, but
It's on Good Friday?
not only Catholics go to baseball games, dude.
No, I know.
You know,
I know.
I know Father Dalton would be looking. He's like,
but
"Oh,
I'm
you're
just
having a
saying-
burger and beer, are you?" Hush, hush,
No.
hush, 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 hush,
I'm
hush.
just saying for all these people who talk about religion and how, this and that,
Listen,
I just thought
if my priest wanted to guilt shame me because I had a burger and beer on Lent, I'd be like, "Hey, you no-showed my wedding, okay?" So where were your Catholic responsibilities, dude? Where were your Catholic responsibilities?
wait, did you tell him he was boxed in? You boxed in?
Oh, I mean, he's dead now. But like, if I ever,
Whoa!
what he is, he was old.
You can't
Minus
box in a
one.
representative of Jesus?
Watch me, watch me, dude. My boxing in knows no faith, no limits.
If you're boxed in, you boxed in.
If you're boxed in, you're boxed in.
All right. I got
That's
you.
how it works for me.
All right.
Anyway, we'll take a quick break here from Jupiter. We're talking to Peter Bendix. We know that he's coming up. New Marlins president of baseball operations. He's smart. I think he knew the Kelseys as a kid.
Really?
Yeah, I think he went to the same school as the Kelseys.
Then he must know Bernie.
I don't know. Yeah, one would think.
Yeah.
He's got to win me over, dude. He's got
to win you over.
Me
I mean, listen,
specifically.
Not for nothing. We were very happy with the job that Kim Ang did.
Love
right?
it.
Yeah.
Yes. And not to
And
say
so-
he can't do a good job, but
And so it kind of caught us off guard. So I'm going to sit here. I'm going to talk to him, ask him some questions. What is his vision? What,
Yeah, it says originally from Cleveland. I wonder if he grew up a Leroy Horde fan.
Ooh,
if he
how old is
what if he shows up in a
He's
Leroy Horde
38?
jersey?
38? He was 8 years old.
Man, he's so much smarter than me because I'm sitting here just annoying Leroy, and he runs a baseball organization. Take a break. Back after this.
This
Tobin and Leroy here with you. Security just came over to us, Marcos.
Did they?
And said,
He was security.
security.
Oh.
Hey, do you guys argue like this all the time?
Oh, he's worried. He's worried about
Man.
that.
Yes.
Is it that noticeable?
He's got to secure the premises, and you guys
Dude,
are.
I mean,
threatening
they
security.
literally. I heard somebody came up to me and said, God, you must hate that Tobin. I said, I don't know. I ask him later because we're going to be together. Like, they don't realize that how much we actually hang out.
Man. Yeah.
Or if I have a question, I call him. Like, which is crazy. I'll call him and ask him a question and fight him on it.
Well, you got a lot. He asked me today, Marcos. He's like, "Oh, yeah, who are those guys like
Yeah,
walking over there?
Why do they have the jerseys on?
I'm like, I don't know, but they are. To be fair,
It's a good question. There's some guys with
Yeah, maybe not to Tobin though. You know,
some guys with the turquoise jerseys,
Yeah.
and some guys with the black jerseys.
Yeah, Peter Bendix is from Cleveland, so he must love Bernie Kosar. That's like a rule.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
what I'm
true.
saying. If he knows the Kelseys,
Man, so this guy's been like in baseball like
He-
when since he was 20.
can I just say something? He looks like he just invented something, right?
the knuckleball.
Yes. He
No.
he looks
I'm
like
talking about something, like
Oh, you
he
mean
looks like he has to. He looks like he just like knows all the stats.
yes.
Mm.
You know, he's probably like, what do you guys still believe in RBI? Losers. But it is cool. We appreciate the Marlins for having us out here. We'll be out at opening day too. This should be a fun year. Look, they I think their
What
squad,
should we expect?
I think their squad's gonna be pretty nice. Look, the thing that always is tough with the team like this is because they play with the rich, right?
Right.
And so it's that, and that's why I think you bring in a
The
guy like Peter.
Mets,
Yeah, you the
right.
Mets, the Phillies, the Braves.
Right.
And so you bring in a guy like Peter Bendix, who, from a great organization, the Rays are sitting there, and the Yankees and Red Sox are looking up at every year like, how are you guys so good every
Right.
year?
Yep.
And so, yeah, that's I think a little bit of what the
Wow.
Marlins wanted to bring here,
That
because
guy he has the biggest mower for the smallest patch of grass.
you know that he's mowing the whole fields. Like, he's not just this is not his responsibility. It's just this patch of grass. He has to do that over there.
You mower shaming now, dude?
No, you're good. No, you do your job. This is your office. You do what you got to do.
I'm just saying, he's got the biggest lawnmower for a patch of grass.
Bringing you out on remote.
I know.
It's like it's the things that distract you.
You know what's distracting me right now?
What's that?
All that food.
There's a barbecue catering behind us, Marcos.
Oh,
But I can't eat barbecue
But
today.
Mr. Lent over here doesn't want to break the
Get
word.
out of here.
You know?
Come on.
Yeah, let's spring training, baby.
In Jesus' name,
No,
baby.
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
All right.
But anyway,
That brisket's good.
the Dolphins yesterday, they introduced Jordyn Brooks, their new linebacker. And let's hear a little bit from him. He's got a big claim. He says he thinks he's not only one of the fastest linebackers in the league,
he said,
Leroy. This is what Jordyn Brooks had to say about his speed.
Explosiveness. I think I said in another interview that I personally think I'm one of the fastest guys in the NFL, not linebackers, but players, period. And I think my explosiveness is just, a God-given ability that I feel is probably my best attribute.
Man. So now it's just on every part of the ball that they're bringing in. And
Can I just say this?
There's no
Why
linebackers that
people-
fast, though, right?
Why people mess with the cheetah like this?
I don't know.
Why people mess with Jalen Waddle
I don't know.
like this?
A-Chan.
Why A-Chan? Why people do listen? There's pictures of A-Chan, of Mostert, of Tyreek Hill standing on podiums,
Yeah.
right?
Maybe Jordyn Brooks was on track. I don't know. I don't know a lot about
You
him.
think he would have, if you're gonna make a claim like that, you would have said something like that.
I know that he came back from ACL in 8 months.
Okay.
That's pretty cool.
Okay. But I give him number 6 on this team. And
Of
that's
speed?
what I've seen. Yeah.
Yeah.
6.
His 40 was 4.5.
What?
That's what his 40 time said.
My
4.5.
time was faster than that.
Well, I'm just letting you know that's what it is. But, maybe he's more of a game speed guy.
All game speed. That's
Game
different.
speed, you know?
Those other guys are fast under any conditions.
Do you think that Tyreek could run 4.5 backwards?
I just know that he gonna get messed with.
Mm.
I know he's gonna get messed with. You can't make that claim on this team.
He just did.
You can't make that claim
Because people are going to go to the Cheetah about this, and the Cheetah's going to have.
I don't think Cheetah going to send them. Go deal with them first. That's what I'm going to say. Before you mess with the Cheetah, you first go and mess with the Gazelle.
I like.
You mess with
I like it. I like the fact that
because people don't realize how fast Jalen Waddle is.
I know,
right?
Achan, dude.
Achan.
I think I'm more excited about
Mostert.
Achan's gonna. I think Achan's gonna be incredible this year.
I think him being healthy along with Mostert is going to make them both strong. Now, I will say this. We need the young fella, the young beefy guy for them tough yards. We do need Brooks.
Yeah,
we do need him to kind of grow a little bit because the one thing that is hard to learn because when you come out of college, you're just so used to just getting the ball and running, right? And when you get to the NFL, you have to learn how to be patient. You have to learn blocking schemes. You have to do that stuff. And one of the things that helped me with that was, keep in mind, when I was at Michigan, I was a yard away from the quarterback. So all my decisions had to be made in one step. And so when I got to the NFL and backed up to 6 or 7 yards, that helped me with my patience. And so I don't know if a lot of young guys, right? A lot of young guys realize that your athletic ability is not going to get it done. You need to learn scheme. You need to learn, patience. You need to pick your spots and then use your explosiveness. And it's going to make you look much faster. A lot of times you see guys and they look so fast when they hit a hole, but it's actually the patience and explosiveness that they use to get through it. And so you got to learn that. And you have to be patient. Like, it's very hard. You tell a football player, hey, slow down. And that's what you have to do at running back. You have to be patient with it.
Is that why you have so much patience for me?
What are you shaking your head for, Steph? You just got me a minute ago. Wait a minute. Steph looking at me like I feel your pain while he just punched me in the gut 2 seconds ago.
Here's a little bit more from Jordyn Brooks saying he wants to win it all with Miami.
I want to win a Super Bowl, and I want to help this team do that. And, everything personally, I have my individual goals, but those things come secondary, and they will come as the team success comes. And so I think my biggest goal is to win a Super Bowl.
There you go. He is going to be an exciting one to watch, it seems like.
That portion of it, I think I love one of the things that makes this team with Mike McDaniel so unique is the communication with the players and the coach. And they almost have that Heat mentality, right? Nobody's selfish saying, I got to get mine, right? If Tyreek only has 2 catches, right? He don't ever come out and say, oh, I need to. Nobody does that. And so that'll go far. That'll go far for them.
I don't see anything with him on track and field, just for the record.
No, you're not running a 4.5. Not unless he was running the shot put.
That's not nice.
Dude.
I don't know. You don't know what the Texas Tech team was, though. Maybe the Texas Tech.
Can I tell you something? 4.5 in college track is getting you nothing. I'm telling you.
You know what's not getting you nothing?
What?
The Live Golf, man. They're not getting those players nothing. Nothing, dude. They're making a whole lot of money.
Yep. Golf's boldest league is coming back to Miami from Friday, April 5th through Sunday, April 7th. And now's your chance to be there. Catch Live Golf at Doral Blue Monster and see John Rahm, Brooks Koepka, and Dustin Johnson take on one of the world's most fearsome golf courses. With live DJs and a euphoric headline concert, tickets are selling fast, so grab yours now at livegolf.com. That's livegolf.com.
face.
Yes. Yes. I think they're like Swedish or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Notice,
Switchers, are they Swiss or Swedish?
What was the first one? Is that correct?
Switzerland, they're Sweden.
Okay.
Different.
Wait a minute.
Huh?
Swice?
And the
Swice.
Sam Hell is Swice.
Swice.
Dude, if you are from Switzerland, you're
No.
Swice.
No, you're not.
What? Did you not see Cool Runnings? You remember? It was the Swice man.
Okay. Okay.
Dude, if you're getting see what I'm doing?
Swice,
Dude gets all his knowledge from Cool Runnings. from Jamaicans.
They were very mad at him because he was trying to be like the Swice. They had to have their own style. Oh man, let's get to it's that part of the day on a Friday, everybody. It is time to figure out what the Tickles Leroy.
Oh, you fancy, huh? Oh, you fancy, huh? You fancy, huh? Oh, you fancy, huh?
I'm so fancy. You already know I'm in the fast lane. From LA to Tokyo, I'm so fancy.
Tickle My Fancy, brought to you by The Farmer's Dog. Fresh human-grade dog food delivered right to your door. Let's get to it, man. Let's figure out what'll get Leroy geeked up for the weekend.
Yep.
Leroy, tonight, 7 o'clock, the Miami Heat take on the Detroit Pistons. Tickle your fancy?
Yes, I need to get this 4-game stink off of me.
My fancy is tickled.
You're not kidding. You are not kidding. It has been a
And I can't just dismiss the
can't
dismiss and
anybody.
say they're Detroit because they just lost to the Wizards. So
Yeah, you can't dismiss.
sorry.
You can't dismiss anybody.
I would have been if they had won 2 of the last 3 games, my fancy would have been less tickled because I would just say they're just going to TCB. But now I'm worried.
I'm worried now too.
Okay.
I'm worried now too. I can't lie.
Right.
You know,
Right.
I want to see this team get back in the win column. I thought they had shaken some of that, but apparently not. Apparently not. Until you get on the other side. Quite frankly, they gotta sweep this weekend. They have to.
Right.
They have
Yep.
to. There's
Yep.
no excuses not to.
Listen. Unlike you, I want them to just get past tonight and worry about tomorrow or the next game then.
Fair enough.
This ain't you can't talk 2-3 games in a row. I don't care who it is. So let's get through tonight. I want to see them get back on track because the last 3 games have been hot garbage.
Yeah.
Right? And we tried to find
we
basically tried to find Pyrrhic victories out of losses.
Yeah, I don't like to do more of it. I didn't think they played awful against the
They had
Nuggets.
17 points in the fourth quarter.
The fourth quarter dried up, but for the most part, that game very,
You
very
had
good back and
17
forth.
points as an NBA team. You can't tell me they played great. They were no.
I didn't say they played great. I just didn't. They didn't play awful. You know, just it dried up a little bit.
That third quarter.
4 o'clock tomorrow, Leroy, on ESPN Plus. UFC Fight Night in the afternoon.
Nope.
It's kind of weird. Why
Nope.
don't they just call it Fight Day?
Fancy not tickled.
What? Yeah, I didn't even give you the fight yet.
You know why? It doesn't
Fancy
matter.
not tickled.
Because what's going on this weekend? The players.
You can't peek it. Well, let me give
I'm
you the
not peeking. Okay, go. Give me the rundown. Give me the fight. Let me see.
Heavyweight main event. Marcin Tybura against the shoey man, Tai Tuivasa.
Yeah. You got it?
Take your fancy?
No.
Oh.
Fancy not tickled.
Lured me in, Marcos.
What are you like?
No,
You got it? You
no,
done?
wait. I tried to tell him
Yeah.
what was up, right? I tried to give him my schedule this weekend, and he said, "You didn't even let me finish," so I let him finish.
I mean, it was heavyweights, you know. Usually,
Yeah, you like
usually
heavyweights. I
that.
thought you
Heavyweights.
liked it, you know?
Wait, didn't we? One of us who had to do a shoey? Beast had to do
Beast
a
had
shoey.
to do the shoey.
Oh.
He did a shoey with vodka because he had just
He did
gotten
a
that
shoey.
surgery,
Yeah,
so
he-
he couldn't have beer. You're supposed to do a shoey with beer.
I'm
He did a
sorry.
shoey with vodka.
And
Vodka
then he
was
put-
a
and
healthier
then-
option.
Well, he put vodka, and then he put vodka with was it orange juice?
Yeah.
It was a
With-
bad mix.
And just made a
Anyway, he threw
screwdriver.
up. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty
Dude.
much, dude.
That's before Lynn realized who we were.
Hmm.
He left us to our own devices. His only cutoff was you can't go out back and play Fruit Ninja with a machete.
He did say that. Leroy, it's 6 o'clock tomorrow. Old Tobe's going to be in the building for this one.
Mhm.
The Tampa Bay Lightning take on the Florida Panthers.
Yes.
Took your fancy?
Yes. Anytime they play Tampa or Carolina, right?
My fancy is
It's must-see
tickled.
It's go
TV.
time. Yeah, it's go time for sure.
It's go time.
You have to watch it. You
Right.
have to be. You
Right.
have to be all set for it.
Yep.
And be ready. Leroy, this weekend, as you were saying, the players.
The
Take your
players.
fancy?
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. It is, contrary to what
My
you think,
fancy is tickled.
one of the biggest tournaments of the year.
I didn't say that it wasn't.
It is considered the 5th major.
Mm-hmm.
And I like seeing the crash and burn. Right? I hate saying that, but dude,
I love a good meltdown.
130 or 140 yard shot onto an island green creates more fear in these golfers than you would ever think. Like, listen, yesterday, it's a pitching wedge, an easy pitching wedge, right? Not even a full pitching wedge. And there's guys missing the green, missing the whole island. I'm like, wow.
My favorite club's a sand wedge.
Sandwich. Like,
It's pretty good.
like, not sandwich. Hey, I beat Smeetha to
Love
I beat Smeetha to that.
Love
Not
a snack card on a golf course, don't you?
Sandwich.
Tomorrow, Leroy, 2 p.m. The Pinks taking on DC United. Although it
No
appears-
Messi.
no Messi. Yes.
What?
And this is actually MLS. This is not the
This is not CONCACAF. This is back to regular season. The
All right.
Pinks right now prioritizing the Conch Shell Championship over the regular season.
I would say this. I haven't watched much of them this year, so I might go back and forth and take a little looky-loo because you know golf. You know golf. You can do other things while watching golf.
Yes.
There you go. That's what I do, Steph.
Little
I take
nappy
it. Look,
poo.
after golf, I take a shower. I get me a couple of beverages with my cooler, put some snacks on my little tray, sit back.
Also tomorrow, Leroy, at 1:10 here in Jupiter, for all you locals out here, the Marlins host the Philadelphia Phillies. Take your fancy? Rivalry matchup.
No, I'm good.
Fancy, not
Not yet.
tickled.
Not yet. Listen. Here's the order in which I watch preseason sports. Baseball is 4th.
Really?
Yeah.
So you were talking about good background, like man, put a little spring
No,
training in the
hold on.
house. Just soothing.
Baseball is 4th. Then followed by hockey. Then followed by basketball.
You're crazy.
And then what I'm most likely to watch is preseason football. And I don't know why.
Preseason football sucks.
They all suck.
No, that's
You
not
don't
true.
know.
Preseason
Dude.
spring training. I would say spring training is the best preseason. I would say it's the best preseason.
To go to a game.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about watching on TV.
Even not watching on TV.
No.
though.
Dude.
Oh, you're nuts.
Dude,
You're nuts.
You won't know 5 guys on the field.
That's but it doesn't matter. Like you throw it on there for the beginning, you get a little, just like
no, but
it's
you
a
can
little-
do that live. I'm not
No,
doing that on
I'm-
TV.
I'm but like you with the golf, if you throw on a good spring training game, you got the grass, you got, I get to hear Tommy Hutton
firsthand. That's something you need to experience live
I'm
and in
telling
person.
you, no, dude, you are so out on football once it's like the
Oh, yeah.
second quarter.
Not even.
Because even these days, like they're making preseason matter less and less because they're playing nobody
Hey,
who matters now.
If Tua play if Tua play one series, Leroy is watching one series. I'm like, my wife says, I thought you were watching the game. I said I was. If Tua ain't watching, I ain't watching.
I like preseason basketball because it matters for the Heat. They usually will have somebody who's going to emerge. But
yeah, and you know what?
preseason-
And the Heat make you more interested in preseason than you need to, because there'll be some guy
yeah,
that ends up in Sioux Falls that balls out during preseason.
the hockey, I never know when it's on. Like sometimes they'll be like, "Hey, Panthers are playing today at noon." It's a
No, they
split squad
play
hockey
yeah,
game.
That's what kills
I
me.
was like, "What?"
As if they don't play enough when they're playing one game. They do split squad.
Yep. Yeah, it's that one I can't remember the last time I've ever tuned in or thought about a preseason hockey game, and I love the Panthers.
Well, so no, I'm not watching preseason.
All right, fair enough.
All right.
One more, Leroy.
One
On Sunday at 3 o'clock, the Heat will be back in action against the Pistons at 3 o'clock. Tickle your fancy?
3 o'clock. There will be on. You know how you can hit the previous channel.
Oh, you're gonna flip.
They'll
from
be on
players
previous
to
channel.
players to
Players
Heat?
today. Yeah, because let's see, 3 o'clock. The leaders will be on the back nine at about 3:30, and that'll take me up to like 6:30. So I'll go back and forth, but I'm gonna be paying big mad attention if they lose tonight.
Oh man,
because I'm gonna be hate watching.
I don't even want to because I don't even want to think about it because I'm just gonna tell you guys right now. If the Miami Heat lose to the Detroit Pistons tonight, I cannot be held responsible for what I say.
Yeah,
I can't. I
mean,
I can't.
Wait, can I ask you a question?
I can't.
Can you be held responsible for what you say at any other time?
Oh yeah, I'm a very responsible
No, you're
person.
not.
I'm
What?
a very responsible person.
What?
They call me Accountable Tobes.
Accountable told you. Do we want to reenact Jim BP? And
I still stand by it. I still stand by it.
Okay.
I still stand by it.
Okay.
I'd like him to stand by it. Finally, Leroy, new movie out this weekend, Kung Fu Panda 4. Took a fancy?
Oh,
the fourth one.
I didn't know you did a fourth movie.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna support you anyway.
For sass.
Oh man.
I'd be more inclined to go see Dune 2.
Oh really?
Because I just saw Dune 1.
That's out already though.
Yeah, I just saw Dune 1.
What'd you think of Dune 1?
It's
I hated it. I'm not gonna lie.
like when they said what's her name was in it. She was in it
Zendaya?
for like 12 minutes
Tricked you, bro.
at the end.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
So I'm still trying to figure out all of the different
See, that's the
factions
thing. I
and-
can't.
and-
they
and
got too many
worlds
names.
and
What is
stuff
this?
like
Game of
that.
Thrones?
And huh?
It's like Game of Thrones, where it's like
Not really.
the
Not really, because
too many names.
here's why it's not like Game of Thrones. Because there's one guy, the guy that dips himself in oil.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Whoa.
He's just trying to take over everything. And he
Spoiler
make
alert.
all these promises. So that's the bad guy. So now all the other worlds are kind of joining in with this guy, right? Who had to kill the brother because the
Spoiler
brother
alert.
said, we fight for it. This is one. This is in one.
I like it.
One has been over with 2 years. I don't like that ain't a spoiler alert.
True.
Right?
No.
He got his street cred.
If you are planning on
now-
seeing Dune 2, but you're mad at Leroy about a Dune 1 spoiler,
Right.
that's a little bit sensitive.
Right. So that's where I am. So I watched it. I didn't say I'm not gonna say I was gun-ho about it. I was reluctant to see it, but I watched it because I saw it on TV. And it was okay. It was okay. A lot of I hate movies. It's hard to follow who the hell's from where. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yep.
And so, but I just know that I was really amazed that the bad guy soaks himself in oil.
We'll take a quick break here. We are live from Jupiter Marlins Spring Training. We will get to a little cat talk coming on up. We call him No Faith Leroy because he doesn't believe in the cats anymore.
I didn't say that.
He's scared of the Carolina
didn't
Hurricanes.
say that.
You're scared of the Carolina Hurricanes.
I
They've
just
shut out
asked-
they've shut out the cats.
I just said they were 18-3. They've lost 2 games to the same team, and they haven't scored against them. Should there be some concern? Are you worried about Carolina? Because you're going to see them again.
We'll see. We'll see if they
Okay.
if they
Okay.
have the wherewithal to get there. I'm
Okay.
not gonna
Okay.
just give them a pass. What have they?
I'm not giving them a pass.
I mean, they barely showed up to the conference
I'm not-
finals last year.
I'm not giving them a pass.
Why are you laughing with Marcos? That's the truth.
No, it definitely is. I mean, there is some. I mean, you're not even a little scared, even a little bit.
It's not that I'm scared. I asked
No,
the question.
we'll
Do you have some concern?
We'll
Yes.
save it for cat talk. We will take a break. Back with more after this.
The number
Oh man, J-Fig just sent us something that I'm very excited to play in 15 minutes of heat. I'm so excited.
Dude, I'm stunned.
Why?
Because keep in mind,
What do you think he was fake Australian?
I've been watching Patty Mills play basketball.
It's good.
Time. And can I just say this? Never heard the man talk. And I just heard his voice.
Yeah.
It's glorious.
And first of all,
Marcos is gonna have that voice.
the only thing that's missing is if he would have said didgeridoo.
We don't know. We've only heard the first few words. You don't know that he didn't say that.
You know you threw it in there, right? To try to get
I didn't do it.
You
Dude,
think you'd have been
I went
insulted?
to the Heat game on what the hell did they play? Wednesday?
Yeah.
And Tommy's like, hey, he's like, got you something. I'm like,
Yeah.
what? See, that's what happens when you go on Heat Weekly whenever he asks. He gets you little presents.
Oh.
But first, let's get to some cat talk here, brought to us by our friends over at Celsius. Hockey fans, don't sit this one out. When it's game time, make Celsius a part of your play and get that energy up. Game day is fueled by Celsius Essential Energy Drinks, the official energy drink of
your Florida Panthers. You know what's crazy?
Hmm?
I pulled the Tobin this morning.
What do you mean?
So I got up extra early.
Okay.
I drank a Celsius peach raspberry. And then before I started my journey, I left my house at like 7:45. I went and got a Cali coffee.
Oh.
And I had a coffee early this morning at like 5.
All right.
So I'm all
You're all jacked up a Mountain Dew, Chip.
I'm surprised.
There's a lot. You're very caffeinated.
That's not the I am surprised that I have not had to drop anchor.
Oh. Wow.
Okay.
You got one of those
Me and my body have understanding.
You got one of those Man Campbell coffees.
What?
You ever heard Man Campbell explain coffee, like how much caffeine he puts into his giant venti with all the espresso shots that he throws in there?
Yeah. No, I don't. But
He has as much caffeine as one would think Man Campbell would have.
Me and my body have an understanding. And it just ain't happening.
All right. But the Panthers lose yesterday 4-0 to the Carolina Hurricanes. So they've been shut out in their last
But they
two
didn't lose.
meetings.
They didn't lose ground.
Well, how could you lose ground? They're on top.
No, but I'm saying nobody caught up to them.
Oh, I
The
got
team below them lost too.
Here is Paul Maurice after the game, and here's what Paul had to say on the loss.
didn't think that we moved the puck very well in the second period. I liked our first an awful lot, down one, not worried about it. We had some pucks come into our end that normally we transition out, and probably a little sharper with that. I thought that we got behind the play a little bit in it. So the second period, it got away from us.
How did Seth Jarvis's goal late in that first period maybe change the complexion?
I don't know that it did. Like, I mean, clearly we weren't great after in the second period. Again, I thought it was what we did with the puck at times, where we allowed ourselves to get hung up. I don't think it kind of took any wind out of the sails. We liked our first, like I said.
Well, 2 matchups against you guys, you've missed some key players. Is it tougher to evaluate kind of the matchup?
No, you know what? I wasn't particularly worried about that. I mean, it's funny because A2 Lustrine ends up -3, and I really liked him at center ice. That was something that you learned. We're still, we got a couple of new guys in, and then you got a couple of guys that come out, so a little disjointed in that. But that's just a standard operating procedure in the NHL. You always have 3 or 4 guys that are either banged up or out, so I don't think that's a factor in our game.
A good night on the penalty kill. Can you get that separate from the rest of the game?
Oh, we'll look at all pieces. So, you know what happens is you go 18-3, and then you have this expectation that it's just just throw it, win every game, and if you don't, then there's something wrong. They had a good second. They got ahead of us, and that was it. We didn't have a lot of. I just didn't think we moved the puck as a group particularly well tonight. So it was hard to generate a whole heck of a lot. We don't love the game. They won it. Move on.
Thanks.
We will move on. We move on.
You know what?
We'll move on to the Bolts tomorrow night, Paul.
He has the perfect demeanor for somebody who probably demands a whole hell of a lot out of his team.
Mm-hmm.
Because the transition that he's gotten his team to be and the physicality that he has this team playing with doesn't necessarily fit what you hear from him. You know, it's kind of the same thing with Mike. Like, I hate when people say the Dolphins are not physical enough
Mm-hmm.
because they hear their coach, right? And they hear Mike McDaniel talk, and they see the offense,
Right,
and they make the assumption that that's what their team is.
Right.
And I don't believe that at all. I just think that that's what they want you to see. But that team, right, including Paul Maurice and Mike McDaniel, they understand what the demands are of them. And that's the most important thing. The fact that these guys who want to be physical don't show it doesn't mean that they're not.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it's really weird that a guy that almost docile when he talks to the media
No, he's not on the
has
bench.
transformed that team to one of the most physical teams in the NHL.
Yeah, and he's not like that.
Right.
You can see him during games. He wants to rip a mother bleeper's head off.
But that's fine.
Let's get to the rest of our headlines. Brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Super Center. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know truck.
We're live here from Marlins Spring Training. There is an article up right now from Jeff Passan on ESPN on each player that the season will have the most impact, and top young guy and fantasy guy for each team. And the Marlins, no surprise here, why the season hinges on Jazz Chisholm Jr.
Yep.
He says, when Chisholm plays, he is electric, a genuine five-tool center fielder. Problem here are his games played totals for 3 full major league seasons are 124, 60, and 97. Not even 58% of the Marlins total during that span. If Chisholm can remain healthy, he provides a boost to the Marlins lineup that made the postseason last year, despite scoring an NL worst 666 runs, with Luis Ariz planning to focus on hitting more home runs this season, and a full year of Josh Bell and Tim Anderson eyeing a bounce back. Marlins offense could have potential. Chisholm taking the leap, though, would go a long way to fulfill it.
Just a healthy Chisholm.
Yep.
I mean, you can't. The one thing that I got out of that is they
Although
say
I love
when
how,
dude plays,
oh,
he's
yeah.
electric.
When he plays, he's awesome.
But how much can we?
I don't
Let's
know.
see. Give me 130. Because 124, you got 124. If I can get, and that's still like small. 162, you're missing 30 games. That's still a lot of games to miss, dude. For baseball,
it's a lot of games, dude.
Right.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
But give me 130. If he plays 130, it's going to look like he played an additional season.
Also says how to win your fantasy league. It says let everyone else spend early picks on third baseman and snipe Jake Berger late. Berger might be a sleeper of the season. Yeah, he hits home runs. I love Berger. Plus, I mean, you got to have like everything there as far as like.
Check this out. If your name is Jake Berger, you can't be a small dude, right?
No, you hit bombs.
And you hit bombs. You're not dropping down the squeeze.
No, not at all.
I'm just saying, certain names just come with.
So we got that, and then Leroy, can get a golf update from the Edwin Watts Golf Shop. Some of the 90-day, 100% satisfaction guarantee.
All right, Matthew Fitzpatrick is still in the lead at 9 under through 11. JT Poston is in second. He's 5 under on the day at 8 under total. Clark, I think it's not Winston.
I thought it's not Winston Clark.
I think is it Winston Clark?
I feel like I've heard that name
Yeah.
before because it sounds
It's not
very.
Winston. I don't think it's Winston.
I'm like, it sounds like that guy plays croquet with Amber Wilson's family.
He's at 8 under. Shoffley and McElroy don't tee off until 1:30-ish. But there's a lot of good rounds out there. A lot of guys at 7 under.
Oh, Wyndham.
Wyndham.
That
There
was
you
like a
go.
hotel.
Yeah.
That was the one.
Schmid, Keith Mitchell, Scotty Scheffler is 2 under on the day. Nick Taylor hasn't teed off yet. Corey Connors, Christian Kirk, they're at 2 under. Golf course is still playing pretty easy.
All right.
So we got let's see. Okay, Lash Potatoes. He hasn't teed off yet. 246. Nick Lashley.
Nick Lashley. All right. Well,
Who
did you bet on? You bet on the Swedish guy?
I bet on Ludwig A. Berg.
Very cool.
Tees off at 151. He's at 5 under, but that guy's been destroying everything. So
We will take a break here from Marlins Spring Training. We do expect to start getting some guests around these last couple of hours as the players are now arriving at the facility, so we should have some fun there. But also coming up, 15 minutes of heat. We've been given a gift.
Oh,
A gift from new Heat guard Patty Mills. That's next.
This hour.
Bum, bum. 15 right here on 560 WQAM. Miami Heat. They take on the Detroit Pistons tonight. You can hear that right here, 560 WQAM.
Oh,
hello,
Jennifer. She's been on a couple of segments.
I know.
Really?
We forgot.
We've been caught
You
up
know
in
why?
the,
Let me
the
tell you
silly
why.
sauce here.
Let me tell you why.
Mm.
Because
What?
that stuff that was sent,
Yeah.
with the
Threw you off. Threw you off.
it threw us off.
It threw us
I'm
off.
telling you, because I like,
All right.
yeah.
So we're very excited. We have some liners here on the show. You'll hear everything. We have Bam going, no -1 here,
Right.
Get in, but when you get a new player, you have to have them say, hey, such and such, listen to Tobin and Leroy, blah, 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 blah. And Patty Mills.
I'm just, as long as I've seen him play basketball, I have not heard this man say one word.
Mm-hmm.
I knew he was Australian, but you know who messed it up for me?
Who?
The damn running back from here. That is from England.
J.H.I.
Yeah, because he faked it.
He
That's
did
so
fake it.
true.
No, he
did
faked
fake
it, dude.
All of a sudden,
He was hamming it up all of a sudden.
All of a sudden, he had an English accent, and so I knew he was. But this,
Marcos.
Yeah.
oh my God.
Can we now play for our audience?
Yep.
Patty Mills and his ad for our show.
No, I don't have it. No, I'm kidding. I got it. Ready?
No -1 here. G'day, everyone. I'm Patty Mills of your Miami Heat. You're listening to Tobin and Leroy on the home of your favorite basketball team, AM 560 Sports, WQAM, FM 99.9 HD2, and always live on the free Odyssey app.
Wow. Whoa.
That's good.
He said hate.
How do you think he says hey with Highsmith?
Good day, mate.
H in the corner.
That's terrible. Like, I've never heard him talk.
Pass the ball to H
And
in the
I'm
corner.
just- he should have finished that off with saying didgeridoo, and that would have just.
G'day, everyone.
Love that.
Oh my God.
Good day.
I love that.
See, and the other place that it throws me off is golf. I told you. Like Minwoo Lee, right?
Yes.
He looks Asian.
Yes,
but he's Australian.
But they have the accent from the country.
Right. And so it throws you off when you hear interviews in golf sometimes.
Can I hear the whole thing again, Marcos? I love that.
Yeah.
I love accents and Patty Mills. Look, I thought it was gonna be tough to top Nikola Jovic on the team, and of course, my favorite of all time is Goran Dragic, and Goran is still #1, but this is coming for the crown.
No -1 here. G'day, everyone. I'm Patty Mills of your Miami Heat. You're listening to Tobin and Leroy on the home of your favorite basketball team, AM 560 Sports, WQAM, FM 99.9 HD2, and always live on the free Odyssey app.
I do like H, mate.
H. Oh man.
G'day, everyone.
Women's staff has snacks.
Oh man, cart guy.
No, he just got.
Are we getting distracted by snacks instead of Patty Mills?
There's a lot going on right now, J-Fake, because the big league club has arrived, it looks like. And
Don't say big next to Leroy.
There's a lot of
No. I haven't.
No, he already gave the business in the break to a trainer.
Oh, what are you doing?
Looks like you should have gone up a size.
Okay.
He needs some Mando because.
Did you say that to his face?
No,
of course not.
Oh, look.
Okay.
By the way, we have some breaking news in
What
the
are you
NFL.
trying to say by getting me baked?
We have some breaking news in the NFL.
What happened?
Aaron Donald's retired.
Aaron
What?
Donald. Dude.
Aaron Donald.
Had enough, huh?
4-time Defensive Player of the Year, Aaron Donald, has retired at the age of 32.
Christian Wilkins.
Oh, look at that.
Oh,
man.
Wait, okay.
That's
What did you guys just get
some
distracted?
Swag is popping on out here.
Okay.
Look at those. Those are pretty.
that's a large, so that means I'm the only one that can fit.
Such a bastard. Oh, yeah. Oh.
G'day, everyone.
Large.
They got
You
got
know-
themselves a Sugar Kings
Yes,
basketball
sir.
jersey.
Oh,
Look at that.
Oh, that's so
Basketball
nice.
jersey.
Look at that.
Wow. That's
Hey,
good.
we're gonna put it on right now.
I've
That's
never
good.
seen that.
He's gonna get that going. You're not gonna get any goat blues though the rest of the way, just so you know.
Yeah, it's
Just so
okay.
you know.
I've-
What is this? We
I've
got
never
is that
seen a
like
Sugar
New
King.
Orleans. Oh,
That goes to him.
Wow. Look. Oh man, look at this Jake Burger running here.
Whoa!
Oh, I love that.
Burger
So
can only
good.
burger.
Look at the
Like
finish.
got hamburgers on
Got
it.
hamburgers
Yep.
on it.
Dang.
That one goes
Oh,
hard.
yeah.
I like it.
God, you guys giving these away this season?
Oh, look at that.
Oh my God! Look at the Jazz Chisholm jersey.
Oh.
All right, let me show this.
Can y'all get us two?
Here, we got a giveaway right this
Get us
year.
two.
Jazz Chisholm
What?
alien jersey.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my
Look at these new
God.
custom
Oh, that's
jerseys
so
the Marlins are giving away
good.
for the kids this year. John,
Oh,
thank
he
you, man.
snatched that, dude.
This is giving away the Jake Burger jersey, who I believe is going to hop on the show.
Oh my
Yep.
We're going to
God.
talk to our boy Jake Burger.
He's probably just finishing up eating.
Wow, he's got.
They're
Look at
so
this.
good.
Look at it's in the details, everybody. It's in the details on our
Wait.
audience.
Can I just say something? If you don't want me to say words like that, don't make a jersey with a cheeseburger on it.
That's true. It's good game ops, dude.
It's a great jersey. It's a
It's a
great jersey.
great jersey.
It's a great
It
jersey.
is.
Yeah.
I love the
is.
detailing.
Bringing them on over.
Gold. It's amazing that this is the only one that really has any like something close to Marlins
What do you mean?
colors.
Oh, well, that's their city edition jersey. But like it's in a basketball version.
Right.
I've never seen that. I've never seen
I've never seen anybody do that either. That's really cool.
That is cool.
Are they gonna? Is this gonna be a real jersey?
The
Or are they just
sleeveless?
It'll be like a
No,
giveaway.
no. I think it's just like a giveaway for the kids and the fans.
Oh.
But it's pretty cool because Jazz. You remember we saw him last year? He has the chain with the alien.
Yeah.
On it.
Yep.
That's a really cool thing that they did.
I would like to see the chain with 130 on it.
30 games.
Games played.
Mhm.
130.
I understand. We want a
Because
lot.
that's the most important. Listen, not for nothing, but he is the catalyst for how this team gets going. And
Of
he's
course.
always been.
Of course.
And if he can get a majority of the games in,
Yep.
yeah, it's going to work out.
Yeah. I
Yes, sir.
completely agree. It's going to be a big thing. We got it going on. What's up, everybody? Walking on by. Yeah, it's getting busier here now, everybody.
Yep.
Business
Can
is
you
pretty
wear
open up
your
here.
jersey?
I will put it on, but it's a button up, J-Fig. I got to button it up and throw it, but it will be on next
So
segment.
button up?
Yeah, it's button up.
Damn.
It's button up. It
That's-
will be
that's nice of them,
because
man.
I really do like. Look at this.
I do love your shirt. Yeah.
Oh.
Marlins. Look at that. NLCS.
Yes.
And yes, the boys called me out because like, have you worn that since 2003? I haven't. This has just been in the closet. I've just had it. I got this as a young lad.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what? Everybody loves the vintage stuff these days. I legitimately have so much Marlins vintage stuff.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. I have boxes
Uh-oh.
full of it.
So you've never worn that shirt?
Never worn it.
That's impressive.
I'm just saying. Hey, I'm just saying.
What?
Leroy?
Leroy.
Leroy.
Leroy?
He's mowing the lawn, Leroy.
If you're going to do that, you have to remove the jersey.
Yeah.
No. I would just like.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Oh,
There's-
man.
I don't know whether when he first got here, they gave him his, outfits, and then he bulked up, or he just decided that he
Dude.
wanted to go with.
Stop it.
What?
Stop.
Please.
I'm just saying.
Just stop.
What? It ain't my fault.
Have you guys seen any?
It is your fault. It is not.
You guys seen any wardrobe malfunctions with these white pants?
No, nobody's wearing white
I
pants.
only see gray pants. That is
Only
a
gray
great
pants.
question. That is a
Oh,
great
you see?
question.
That is not a
Dude, they
coincidence.
were. I'm telling you,
No way.
these pants. Everybody's making a big deal about this.
Yeah, but we haven't seen the white
Those
pants.
pants
Haven't
are
seen 'em.
have been made out of the same material. They wear dark
No.
underneath them.
They went
Okay,
cheap
but-
skis for this
but
one.
People are noticing that you can see through them. They've gotten so thin.
But it wasn't for this team.
No, it's for everybody.
Yeah, but they wear dark stuff underneath them. It's not that big of a deal.
I don't want to
They've
see
always-
somebody's undies.
Seeing much too much balls and strikes than I'd like
Dude,
to.
watch a football game. All you can see is jock straps.
Dude,
what are you
no, you
talking
don't.
about?
No, you
And
don't.
now
That's
all
not
of a
true.
sudden we making a big deal about this?
It is a big deal. It's obviously
not
a big deal. Hold on. Let me get this straight. Baseball's been played forever, hundreds of years, all right?
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden people are noticing, you know what, these little scantily clad, these these pants. Now all of a sudden people are just making it up.
We just finding reasons to complain.
No,
That's all we're doing.
or it's a legit complaint.
It's not just.
Okay. Well, what do you, Mr.
I promise you,
Fanatics?
never. I promise you, they ain't gonna redo the pants, and you're not gonna hear about it.
We'll find out.
Okay.
We'll find out.
Okay.
I think when the NBA changed the basketball. Remember when they tried to pull one?
I do
over?
remember that.
That's different though.
They
I do
reverted
remember
back
that.
to
They did
it.
not like the feel of the basketball, and they had to replace it.
Leroy, I'm looking at all these
What they changed,
pictures
like midway
online.
through the season. They changed it during the
Yeah.
season.
Yeah, it was awful.
Yeah.
They did not like it.
Because
at
if the
all.
right person say the wrong thing, that is getting fixed.
Yeah. And then there was also, remember they had the jerseys with sleeves on them. LeBron complained about them.
Oh yeah,
Mm.
the jerseys.
The jerseys were a big deal for a couple of years. Hated those things.
Somebody probably gave the league a bunch of money and say, you know what? Let's try these jerseys.
Yeah, because Nike gets greedy. Like they're like,
why not?
Why don't we do something else? It's like the Heat are probably thinking to themselves, we did make the greatest jersey of all time, the Heat Vice jersey. He goes, yeah. Go back, cook us something else up.
Yeah.
And the Heat are the only ones.
I
who get
tell
to
you
do
what,
it.
the Heat are ahead of the
The Heat
game
are
when
the
it
only ones
comes
who
to
get to do it
jerseys and
themselves.
stuff.
Yeah. You know me though. I want the old school. I love the teal. That's my faves. All right, we'll take a quick break. We are expecting to start getting some people from the team over on here, so we'll talk some baseball. We are live here from Marlins Spring Training. But before we go, Marcus, can I hear Patty Mills one more time?
Absolutely, sir.
No -1 here. G'day, everyone. I'm Patty Mills of your Miami Heat. You're listening to Tobin and Leroy on the home of your favorite basketball team, AM 560 Sports, WQAM, FM 99.9 HD2, and always live on the free Odyssey app.
Love that. Back after this. Welcome back, everybody. It is Tobin and Leroy. We're live from
This is
Marlins
what-
Spring Training in Jupiter. Oh, we got action going on our
Yeah.
field. Oh, man,
This
that's
is
a
what
long
this is what
toss.
the cropper saying to J Fig when he got cropped out of that picture. What's love got to do?
Really?
Good day, mate.
I'm sorry.
G'day, everyone.
Poor man.
Oh man.
Do we have no chance.
Well, let's get to one of our favorite parts of the show where we mix it on up, dude. Oh man, what say you, Jake Frogger?
That'd be nice, right? Jersey with like little baby frogs on it. That'd be cool.
That would be cool. It'd be great if like you had the Marlins broadcasting and Paul Severino was like, and now stepping up, Marcos Gonzalez. They call him the Frog, Tommy. Incredible leaping ability there in left field.
I feel like
this
I've
guy
heard-
robbed more home runs in the minors than anybody.
I feel like this is a baseball term. Haven't I heard someone say like hit a hopper or something like that? Isn't that something? I
Yeah,
feel
you
like
got
I've
a
heard that
two hop.
before.
You got
Two
two
hop.
hop, and then you got a crow hop, which is
Whoa.
Easy.
you want to
No,
get
that's
something,
that's when
that's when you get something on in the outfield. You know,
no, the crow hop is when they get the ball, they do the little crow hop.
little crow hop.
Yeah, to throw
There's
the ball.
two crow hops. You're right. There's a crow hop in the infield. There's a crow hop in the outfield.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Which is weird. I've never seen crows hop, but I've only eaten. So.
Oh my God. You're like one of only people who can say that ever.
I know.
Well, I tell you what,
It's impressive.
I sure as hell
I
got
never-
out of that iguana thing.
I never would bet that against Jake Berger.
Hey, he's been balling out.
Who?
They can't score.
Kyle?
Yeah.
Yeah. Has he been?
He get his 10 points a game.
He's doing his thing. He's doing his Kyle
Yeah, but
Lowry
they're
thing.
only scoring 78.
I saw one stat that it said that Kyle Lowry has already taken the team lead in charges taken for the Sixers. Which I don't think that's Kyle Lowry.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
now we're
definitely Kyle
talking.
That's Kyle Lowry.
Except
right
he's a lefty.
Yeah.
Doesn't count.
there. What?
He's a lefty
Why doesn't that count?
because I'm righty.
Oh, because you want to go try out
Yeah,
his
I
clubs?
would go see it. I would go
Okay.
check out, see what kind of clubs he got. He's a big one too, boy.
Yeah.
He could probably hit it.
That dude. That dude is a
Yeah.
moose.
Yep. See, hey, was not me.
Oh,
Okay.
He baited
Well,
you
just
into
say-
that.
can I just say this?
Hmm?
Can I just say this?
What are you
Look at
gonna
this.
say now?
Look.
What? Okay.
See the little guys doing the little
Yeah,
stretches.
they're
or
doing
whatever.
their band. They're getting their arms loose, dude.
You know what that is?
See if I can. Here, I can
Kicker drills.
Here, Jeff. I'll see if you can. It's a little far away, but you can see our guys over here starting to work out over there.
Yeah.
All right.
You know, and Leroy's mocking them because they're doing their band workouts.
And I'm pretty sure
Which-
they could definitely hear him.
Oh, they definitely can hear. They
They
definitely.
can't hear.
Of
Look at
course
him.
they can.
Dude, can I just tell you something?
Look, he right now.
Everybody
You
hears.
don't whisper.
You're just fine. That's what I like about you.
What?
But you're like, yeah, he
I'm
can't hear.
speaking quietly.
No.
I know.
You're not. You're not.
Someone called security over on you guys.
I'm using indoor. I'm using my indoor voice.
Leroy's like, what are you guys doing? You doing rubber bands to warm up?
Yeah.
He's like the guy from the Cleveland Browns on Hard Knocks. He's, oh, you guys believe in stretching?
Oh,
2 World Wars we won without stretching.
Listen.
How much warming up
Let me
did
tell
you do?
Can I just say something?
Not a bad point though.
I don't want to see all this stretching to be throwing 87.
I guarantee there's nobody here who even is in the camp that throws 87 anymore.
No.
You got to be like 37 to throw.
Yeah. And have like
Have some-
250 wins.
You better have like 9 pitches because like this day and age in baseball,
Everybody's throwing a hundy. But here, it don't even matter because you can't throw a hundy in straight because then it gets hit 470
true.
feet.
that's true. It's got to have a little bite
100
to
with
it.
movement.
Little bite to it. 100 for
Oh,
nothing.
I will tell you what I don't see. Look, I know it's early. The big boys ain't out yet.
Mhm.
No chunkers.
No chunkers.
Chunky 52.
JP, what are we gonna do? I don't know. What to
I'm
say.
just saying.
No,
Look, they all
You've
look.
done this every segment, Leroy.
They look. No, I'm telling you what. I have also commented. Look at these strapping young men coming in here. Athletes.
Ricardo says, "Give us a view of the." You know, we'll do that. We'll do a 2-shot, so we can have the people see the action out here. You guys can have a little looky loo at the field here.
Hmm.
All right,
How are we doing this?
like this.
Oh, okay.
Kind of.
Oh wow, Leroy. You think they can't hear you, dude? They're 10 steps.
They are right next to us.
Okay,
he's nuts.
That's
they
crazy.
don't hear over there. Don't
Stop
worry about
looking, Leroy.
Leroy's look at that one
He's out
looks like
here
a
breaking
globe.
neck.
He's
No, I'm just telling you, they were all like
Leroy. And here's the thing with Leroy, he's gonna assess these guys on 2 long throws. He's gonna be like, that guy's gonna get lit up.
That's not true.
Give us something in the mixed bag, Marcos.
Yes, this mixed bag is brought to you by
Broward Health.
That's
Well
right.
Into your future.
And we are going to pick things up where we left off.
Hey,
we got a little bit more from Jordyn Brooks.
You can't. We don't know who the chipmunk is.
Yeah, we did. He was riding in the cart. Dude, there was a
Leroy!
there was a guy at the buffet, right? He was filling up his plate while chewing.
If people were to do some kind of drinking game to your nonsense, they would have to be hospitalized.
Oh, they'd be
No,
wasted
I'm
by
just
now.
saying, whoa, look at it.
What?
You see that bird just go in there?
No, I didn't.
Kamikaze? Right underneath.
Not keeping track of the birds, dude.
Oh, man.
Look at that, dude. This guy's
Now, those are some health nuts.
He is. He's a child.
Those
It's
are
like-
look, those are some health nuts. They just got a bucket of oranges.
Sorry, Marcos. Give us something in the mixed bag, dude.
Jordyn Brooks' first impression of Anthony Weaver and his bob and weave defense.
Yeah, I actually talked with Anthony Weaver. Knowing that he came from Baltimore and they had a lot of success last year, and the things that they were doing. It's obviously another reason why I came, because knowing his track record and then him having an opportunity to be defense coordinator here, I think it's just why not, honestly.
No, I'm with him. Let's see it. See what he's got. Whoa, you all right, dude?
I hadn't pushed the call button, dude. Oh, I would appreciate it if you would just calm down and let it play out instead of acting like a jackass.
played
You
out.
see, I had to cough a little
Play
bit.
out. It looked violent. I was just making sure you're all
That
right.
security's gonna come back in like 10 minutes.
We have a report of harassment. Harassment. Somebody called someone the chipmunk.
No, it's like, no, dude, I'm telling you, he looked like Satchmo the way his cheeks expanded.
Chimo.
What else you got, Marcos?
The only team thus far who hasn't made any moves, the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh,
And,
I mean, they just
letting it,
just letting
easing on
everything
by
fly
the old
by.
Cowboys.
Director
So, did
of-
they make a move or they just?
They did not. And the director of player personnel, Stephen Jones,
Daddy's boy,
boy, says the lack of moves are frustrating for us, even though he's the one who should be making the moves. I don't
Wait,
really
wait.
understand. Yeah.
Hold on. Let me get this straight.
Yeah.
The person who makes the moves is complaining about making no moves.
That sounds like salary cap.
Wait, that sounds like salary cap or daddy said don't do nothing.
How frustrated is anybody more frustrated by not being able to spend money than Jerry Jones just by rule? Because didn't they make the salary cap for Jerry Jones?
No, it's been around forever.
But I thought the Cowboys.
He didn't own the team forever. They had salary cap when I was playing. He didn't own the team.
I thought that was a big reason why they put it in.
No, there was a salary cap before Jerry Jones owned the team.
Well, anyway, what does he say?
This is what Stephen Jones had to say.
It's frustrating for us as well. I mean, whether it be Jerry, whether it be myself, whether it be Will, the coaching staff, the organization, our family. I mean, those are all things that no one wants it more than we want it. And I know our fans want it, and certainly it's very understanding that there's frustration.
Yeah, whatever.
Man, here's the deal. They don't know how to play the game. Let me tell you what they do down here, or they do in other places.
What's that?
Here's what they do. So, even though you ain't gonna sign none of these big names, you bring them in. So you bring in Derrick Henry. You bring in Saquon Barkley.
Little visit.
You bring them in. Show them the facilities. Have some talks, right? And then you let them go. Now everybody's thinking, I say, well, we couldn't compete with that. That's a whole different story than not doing nothing. You got to try. You remember, look, what did all the GMs say? What is Chris Greer going to say? We thought we made a fair offer to Christian Wilkins. That could be a lie.
It is a lie.
Because they couldn't afford him.
If he does say that.
They can't say they can afford him.
Don't say that.
But you got to at least fake like you do. This guy, he's the professional at that. Pretending like he's doing something while doing absolutely nothing.
What does that mean?
Just what I said.
I'm always doing something.
No, I'm talking about like how you talk about I'm boots on the ground.
I am boots on the ground. I was boots
But
on the
you're
ground.
taking pictures of everything other than basketball.
That's not fair. I was asking questions. I think I annoyed Bam the other night.
Oh, I know you did. Based off that response, I know you did.
But yeah, so you have to try. You have to try. And so you have to at least give like Dallas has not even called anybody. There is nobody has even said, I got a phone call from Dallas. I'm going to talk to Dallas. They haven't done anything. So to say that your fan base is frustrated while not even giving the impression that you're going to do anything. I get money's tight.
By the way, Jay says on Instagram, he says, there's no way Leroy said preseason football is more entertaining than spring training. LOL.
I did.
There's no way.
did.
He's right.
I did. Because at least with preseason football, I know some of the guys.
Right.
I don't know anybody in preseason.
I don't know.
You'll
dude.
know some.
I have to have a booklet with 200 names to figure out who's playing in a preseason.
That's just because there's minor league camp,
Again,
major league camp, but that's not in the game. That's not going to happen.
Wait, but here's the other thing, right? Like you could see a guy hit a 2-run homer and not see him for 5 years. That don't happen in the other sports.
That is true.
It happens in hockey too. So that's why I'm saying, like, if I go to a game and I watch a preseason game of the new up-and-comers in your organization, right? At least in basketball, I say, oh, he's going to do a 10-day. Oh, he's back and forth from Sioux Falls or whatever. The other two sports, it doesn't happen. So, yes.
Anything else in the mixed bag, Marcos?
Yeah, hopefully an apology, actually, courtesy of Leroy Horde.
Whoa.
As this commenter says, salary cap started in 1994, and Jerry bought the Cowboys in 1989.
That's
Leroy,
not true.
That's what it says.
There was a salary cap when I got into the league.
Look, I was young. I always thought that the impression was when the Cowboys had those Super Bowl teams, it was because they could pay whomever they want.
No.
Crazy, crazy money.
Yeah,
no, because that was the rise and the fall of San Francisco.
It says the salary cap era began in 94 and was initially $34.6 million.
Think about that.
That's crazy.
You want to know why I made so little money? because the salary of Tua could have bought my whole team.
Man.
So you agree he's overpaid?
Who?
Or about to be?
No, it is what it is.
He's next.
He's next.
By the way, there was a trade today or last night. The Bears, they got Keenan Allen from the Chargers.
That is right.
You want me to tell you what pisses me off?
What's that?
They doing a whole lot for the new quarterback that they didn't do nothing but for the old quarterback.
They did get him DJ Moore.
And he balled out.
Yeah. Well,
what about all them other scrubs he was playing with?
See, tell you what, it seems like old Harbaugh's cleaning house.
Harbaugh?
Yeah.
Jim.
Yeah. Because you know why? He got to get that cap down so he can get the guys he wanted in there.
Sure. That makes sense. All right, we'll take a quick break. Final hour from spring training coming on up. Back with more for this.
Everybody's doing the fish. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Everybody's doing the fish. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Everybody's doing
All
the
right,
fish.
welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you. 560 WQAM. We got a bunch of players coming up.
Yeah.
We're expected to talk to Jake Burgers from Trevor Rogers is going to stop by, and new Marlins president of baseball operations, Peter Bendix, is expected to join us.
Oh, he's
before the end of
Cleveland
today's
guy,
show.
so we gonna chat it up.
You're gonna see if he knows
see.
Bernie. If he knows Bernie.
If he says he know the Kelseys, he know Bernie. I
That's
promise
just
you.
that's just the rules.
Them's the rules.
Them's the rules.
Ask
Them's
him
the
about
rules.
my boy Jake Paul. I know he's from the same area too. Want to get his opinion on Mike Tyson. He looks like he can crunch the numbers.
Okay.
Hey, he does. Like, it's very rare you see somebody and you go smart, right? You just like, right?
Yeah, that's fair.
I get that a lot.
Well, let's get to some headlines brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Super Center. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
The Marlins, they got action today, and they will be taking on the St. Louis Cardinals tonight at 6:05.
Mm-hmm.
And that's we only got spring training will be wrapped up before I know it.
We only got 2 weeks.
Yep.
Before the season starts.
Just before you know it. And then tonight, 7:00, Heat, Pistons.
Man,
Don't
can I
lose.
just tell you? Yeah.
Don't lose.
I don't want to hear it. I don't want to. If you lose 2 out of 3 games, both to teams that don't have 15 wins, we need to have a conversation.
Yeah. Yep. We need to have maybe hard conversations.
Yep.
Don't lose.
Hard conversations to have. Meanwhile, everybody got done wrapping up with their long toss over here. And as I said, Leroy, as I said, Marcos, one guy threw, 2 guys were humming. I mean, they were throwing
2 guys were throwing
gas.
gas at each other.
They were like a couple of real piss whistles, right?
But then we had a softballer.
And then Leroy goes, well, we got more than that.
Hey.
I was like, you don't even know.
Yes, I do.
What kind? You don't know what his arsenal is. You don't know.
Yeah,
You're like, he's got more than that in the tank.
I hope so. Dude, because all I see is
Meatballs. You're saying that guy's throwing. You're saying that guy's throwing.
Don't
meatballs.
worry. I made a mental note of his name. We gonna see. Plus,
Some of those guys were
you
young,
know
though.
what? Yeah, you know what? The other thing is though, pitchers are so damn tall now. All these guys were short.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's the other thing.
Yeah, there's not many.
No, there's not many
Not
short
many that they
pitchers.
let to hold up. You know, the last guy. I'm trying to think who's the last kind of short. I mean, Max Meyer's not very big.
Lincecum?
Max Myers, yeah,
Not
Lincecum.
here.
Oh my
He
God,
was tiny.
Lincecum was tiny,
What about the Trevor?
untouchable, and then of course Pedro.
What about Hoffman? He was tiny. He was
Was
thick.
Hoffman? Was
he
Hoffman
was
short?
thick.
I don't remember that. Billy Wagner, I remember, was short.
Yeah.
Billy Wagner had that gas.
No,
from the
who's the
left
other?
side.
Not Hoffman, but who's the other guy that went from Atlanta?
Schmaltz?
No,
Schmaltz?
the closer. I'm
He-
trying to think. That came here. Didn't he come here?
What closer from Atlanta came here?
Not Atlanta. He was like he had the most saves of, and then he came here for like 1 year.
Armando
I can't think of his name.
Benitez?
No.
You know, less than 10% of all pitchers.
Todd Jones?
No.
Kevin Gregg?
Can't think.
Joe Borowski?
Okay,
I'll go Marlins closer.
Are you even naming real
Rob
people?
Nen? Rob Nen wasn't in Atlanta.
Yeah, apparently less than 10% of all pitchers are 5'11" or shorter.
What now?
Less than 10% of pitchers are
Yeah.
5'11" or shorter.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, they're all
They're all like
giant.
By the time they
boosters.
let go of the ball, it's like 5 feet from you.
They're all giant, and Yuri is 6'8", I think.
Yeah, he is Wembenyama.
He's gigantic.
He's Wembenyama.
Now I don't know what's going on with these fingers because then there's a
He's
blister.
He's Wemby.
He's got the blister, and then
He's
I
a
think I saw yesterday he has a cracked fingernail or something like that.
Windsock.
Yeah, cracked fingernail or something like that.
Well, somebody need to get him a pedicure.
Needs more vitamin
Yes.
C.
You think they got?
What do you think vitamin C for?
I have no clue what any vitamin does, really.
Don't you mean D? Isn't D the one that does that?
Yes.
Sunny D. Drink more Sunny D. You should be good.
Dude, that's not
This-
even real juice.
Nah.
Why is it that Baby Tadpole has a more mature palate than he does?
He does. He likes broccoli. It's very strange.
Wait.
I'm
You
trying
might
to
have
figure
the
that
only
out.
kid in the world that likes broccoli.
I'm trying to figure that out. Like why your son is just more developed when it comes to the taste buds than you
I
are.
don't know. I tried to feed him an Auntie Anne's pretzel the other day, and he's like, "Oh, too much carbs." I'm like, what are you talking about? What the hell are you talking about, dude? Just eat the pretzel. Sick of this kid.
Meanwhile, the Dolphins, they announced a bunch of signings yesterday. Jordyn Brooks, he was introduced to the media. And a lot of people expect the Dolphins also got Kendall Fuller, new cornerback.
Yep. That should make everybody feel a little bit better because here's the kicker. The way X was banged up and the way he played the last couple of years, it's gonna be an improvement. I'm not saying that Fuller is better than X when healthy, but I'm saying the X that you got the last couple of years,
Yeah, not saying
he's
X-
going to be better than that.
Yeah, you're not saying X in his prime. You're saying
Right.
this X, and this
Correct.
X has been breaking down, and it's
Correct.
nothing. It's nothing against him. Like I mean, look, I trying to do, especially with what happened with Baker Mayfield. I recognize that X played very banged up 2 years ago,
Right.
Like you know, and then last year kind of
But-
wore down on him too.
And you know what the problem is with that? You can understand why guys sit out until they're 100%.
Yep.
Because, like, they'll say to you, "We appreciate you sucking it up and playing hurt," while getting ready to cut you because you sucked it up and played.
Yeah.
Like it's a tough spot to be in. But like, if you want to play, like I just know every time I went on the field, I wanted to play. I didn't want to sit.
Let me see some bombs or something, dude. Let's get some action out here.
You need players to hit bombs.
Where is it?
I tell you what,
I thought we were having
them,
action. and
them
everybody
Cardinals.
left.
What's
We can
going
go
on,
look
dude?
over where them Cardinals are practicing.
Lunch
They're
break?
practicing on some riffraff grass
Yeah, they really are.
They're in
And,
a
like,
parking lot.
in the middle. They're practicing like in the middle of the two fields on crabgrass.
Rough something, man. Well, look, till they come back, I got a message for
What are we listening
Mr.
to?
Chris Greer.
What?
What's up?
If you think you can sign these old all-pro players to fill the voids of everyone that you let go except for Christian Wilkins, you're right, dude. Pretty good.
Wow, you're feeling it.
Pretty good pickup.
You want to do what Tyreek Hill requested, which was apologize to Chris Greer?
We'll see. Look, listen, there's still two names out there that if he lands these two names, I'm back on the bandwagon, baby. One of these
Okay.
two names, Jadeveon Clowney or Chase Young.
Oh, so you want
I want a name, dude.
Can I say this?
Give me a name.
Can I say this?
Yeah.
And this is fact.
Yep.
You can't afford Chase Young.
Nah.
That's fair. He's young. I
You might
understand.
be able to get Jadeveon Clowney for a year.
Yeah. I'll take that.
Right. And keep in mind,
It's odd though. Like,
Jadeveon Clowney was in Baltimore.
Yep.
So you might be able to get him. There might be a tie in there.
True.
You got no chance of Chase Young.
no chance.
And I can't believe
Yeah.
that for what San Francisco traded for him, that they're not making more of an attempt to keep him.
I thought that was strange. He's 24. I looked it up just to make
That's
sure.
what I said.
like,
He's on
was
his first
like,
contract.
is he
He's on his
too
first
old?
contract.
I'm looking on Twitter for Chase Young news. Apparently, he had a visit with the Panthers.
Left.
Some Falcons rumors.
How about Houston? Oh, you can't go back
I'll tell
there.
you what,
right?
you got to pay me a lot to go to the Panthers. That seems like a disaster.
That is
Well,
the
I-
black
I
hole.
always-
You're gonna have to give me a little sweetener.
I always thought that until I was 3-13 my rookie year, and I'm like, we're that team.
Yeah, so like, why would they go? I mean, maybe it's on the cheapskies, but why would you get rid of Burns and then just bring in Chase Young? Like,
Yeah, that doesn't make
because I feel like you're gonna have to pay Chase a lot.
You ain't
of
going to
money,
have to
too.
pay $150 million.
Crazy, man.
You're not going to have to pay
See,
$150
we were
million.
just talking about we're talking about mooses who are pitchers. You know, Trevor Rogers is no exception.
Yeah.
Trevor
No, we
Rogers
just
is
saw
no
the
exception.
little warm up guys.
He's
the little
assessing
guys.
everybody's
Man, call him that,
everybody.
dude.
He's assessing everybody's stuff in 2 seconds. Trevor Rogers.
That's what I do. That's what we got to do.
He goes,
Yeah, like, you know, listen, when you go, let me ask you a question. You go to a training camp or you go to a game and you're in the dugout and you're watching the other pitchers, you go, he ain't got nothing. You just size him up. That's just what you do.
It's in the back of your mind. for
Right.
sure.
you size him up.
It's in the back of your mind.
Right.
You'd be
If-
lying if you said you didn't.
Right. If you got to pitch the next night and you watching the game
Mhm.
and somebody can't hit the cheese, you're like,
Yeah, 100%.
Right.
Yeah.
It's an athlete thing.
All right.
I'm sorry. You like making it sound like
I
oh
just
my
felt
God.
bad for he threw 2 balls in front of you, just like
wait. Now keep in mind, it does not mean that guy is gonna be terrible or not good. It's my own assessment that is ignorant as hell because I don't know nothing about baseball like these guys do. So I'm just saying. You even said it. He better be a junk baller.
Trevor, how are you feeling, man? Like, how is the so you had a great outing the other day. You know, obviously we're excited to get you back in the rotation, get you back to the best of what you're doing. So how are you doing after this offseason?
Yeah, body's been feeling really good. You know, that's kind of the main thing I've been focusing on. Just, you know, some of the tough stuff I've been dealing with this past year and injuries and such. That's probably the main takeaway of this camp. My body feels good, and I'm throwing a lot of strikes. I'm in a good spot.
It has to be tough, you know, especially when as long as the season is, to either have like either a nagging injury and you try to fight through it, and then you have or an injury where you got to be shut down because it's so long before you get an opportunity to get back. When you came back, did you like get almost too excited and they had to kind of like slow you down because you said, "Hey man, I don't hurt. Let's go. Let's go."
Yeah, I was pumped. You know, I had it marked on my calendar when camp was starting. You know, and I was ready to go and. You know, they kind of wanted to pump the brakes a little bit because, you know, we're at this for 7 months. And 7 months is a long time. So if it wouldn't make no sense for me to rush out of the gate and knock on wood, something were to happen and we go down the same road that I've been on. So really appreciate that they're so like, hey, let's pump the brakes here. We need to look long term here.
So how, like, from your standpoint, like, what are the things that are there things you're doing differently coming back from injury on the in between, just to give yourself, I don't know, either more confidence in your body, or are there different routines that you have to go through just because you're on the mend?
I'd say working smarter and not harder, or I should say working smarter and knowing when to work harder. That's something that I've probably took me a lot longer to learn than it should have, but just knowing when I need to kind of push and get my work in and really listening to my body, like, hey, you need a recovery day, still get your reps in, but let's back off the weight a little bit and be smart about this.
Yeah, I always wondered, so like usually when you talk to a pitcher throughout their career, they say, ooh, I need to work on this pitch, or I need to perfect this pitch, or whatever. When there's an injury, so like where you are now, before you were injured, where there's certain things that you said, I want to improve this pitch, or I want to add this pitch to my bag, or as you watch baseball, ooh, if I could really get some resemblance of this pitch, I'd be that much better. Do you still work on those things, or you just try to get back to what you were doing and healthy and you just kind of put it on hold?
Yeah, you definitely put those certain things on hold because I think it's definitely a process. You want to get back to your true self first of all, and then once you know you're back to your true self, then like, okay, let me start working on things to help improve my game. Because I mean, you can't improve your game if you're on the sidelines and your body's out of whack. So really taking it step by step and kind of in that process helps me a lot.
What do you think of your guys' chances this year, Trevor? Because, you know, you guys are in a division. Speaking with Jesus Luzardo on our show a couple weeks ago, and he knows you guys are always going to be overlooked because you're not one of the big money teams. And but as we saw last year, just because they spent a lot of money, we could see those teams falter, and you guys were able to make a playoff spot. So how overlooked do you guys feel again going into this year?
I think it's probably even more amplified than it was last year. They said, oh, they got hot. They were good in one-run ball games, which is true. But I think the pieces that we've added this year are truly special. And I think probably the biggest thing is we have confidence. Every single guy in that locker room has playoff experience now. And knowing that we can make it to the playoffs just because we don't spend a whole lot of money in free agency and stuff like that doesn't mean that we're one of these teams that should be overlooked. I think probably the biggest thing for us is we got confidence in knowing that we can be where we need to be in October.
What's your, I remember when we spoke to you last spring, you talked about confidence a lot and that you were working on a lot of that stuff going into next year, and then you deal with the injury stuff. So did that help you, I guess, handle all of this even better? Because you already had that awareness going into last year, because I imagine like you were revved up and ready to have this big bounce back year, and then health hits. So I guess where was your mind at through all of these things? Because you're still very young, man. Like you come out of the gate, you're an all-star at 23, 22 years old, and now you're here and not even really hitting the prime yet.
Yeah, it's definitely something that I really had to learn to be patient. I always thought I was a pretty patient guy, and that clearly wasn't the case at all. I wasn't patient as much as I thought I'd be.
Right.
And probably the biggest thing, it's process over results.
Right.
I think early in my career, I say early in my career was 3 years ago. I was big result guy. And that means 162 games. If you're worried about results constantly, you're going to be here, you're going to be here, you're going to be here. So I think really just focusing on my process and giving me the best opportunity at success if I execute my process, it helps me stay right in the middle majority of the year, which will help in the game of baseball.
Is it easier to do that because you've had success early? Because I would wonder it would be a little more difficult if a pitcher comes in and he's struggling early in his career because he's going to pay attention to the results. You had results early, so then you could sit back and kind of do what you're talking about. Is that because you've had the early success, or you're just really trying to get there no matter what?
I definitely think it's a little bit of both. I think every young guy that breaks into the big leagues wants to have success because success roots confidence, and every young guy needs confidence and that ability to say, like, okay, I actually belong in the big leagues.
Right.
I can pitch in the big leagues. So I think that helped just with the struggles that I went through in the past couple of years. It was always in the back of my mind. It's like, that wasn't a fluke, man. Like, you had a really good year. You can be really good in this league.
Right.
You just got to figure some stuff out, and you just got to keep working. So having that my first year really helped a lot.
We can't wait to see you back in action, man. We're looking forward to it. Trevor Rogers here with us at Spring Training. We'll take a quick break. More to come here as the Marlins have us on out here. Spring Training in Jupiter, and opening day will be here before you know it. Trevor, appreciate the time, man. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Welcome back, everybody. It is Tobin and Leroy here with you, 560 WQN. We're live here in Jupiter for spring training, and very excited to talk to our next guest.
Gators.
Oh,
He got
really?
some boots.
You notice everything on everybody.
That's
here.
what we do.
He has
That's I
been-
notice everything.
You've been heckling people on their
I do not
attire.
heckle.
Yeah, okay.
I do not heckle.
All right, dude.
I do not heckle.
We got with us here a real slugger,
Yes.
Jake Berger, joining us here on the show. Jake, thanks for the time, man. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
It's you really grabbed the hearts of Marlins fans immediately last year. What was your impressions of that? Because I felt like immediately as soon as you got traded here, everybody loved you.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy, you know, walking into the clubhouse, and you know, my family came to the first game I played in Miami, and felt like everybody embraced us and embraced my family, and that's all I can ask for. You know, when I put the jersey on, is that you know, my family's treated well, and that's what it felt like. And from day one, I felt like I'd been a part of this team for a full season, you know. So it was definitely a freeing mindset when I knew my family was taken care of.
It also helps when you hit the hell out of the ball. Like when you first get here, hey, oh, that's our guy, right? So it's weird how that works, man. Like, you know, we were talking about how baseball is, you know, and basketball or football, but you came in, you caught on really quick. And it's like a crazy thing because sometimes it takes time to get acclimated. But you started off running, you like quick. How is that possible? Is it like you just got into a groove quicker, or because some guys it takes time?
Yeah. I think you know, everybody made me feel really comfortable in the clubhouse. It didn't feel like I was trying to put extra pressure on myself. And obviously coming into a team, you know, that's in a playoff hunt, it makes it a little easier because, you know, you don't feel like you have to do it all.
Right.
And that's definitely a good mindset to have in this sport. You know, it can drive you into the ground if you're trying to do everything on your own. And so, you know, I felt accepted by everybody. The coaching staff was awesome. And then getting traded over with a guy like Josh Bell is huge. You know, he's been through, I don't know, 3 trades now. So, you know, he's used to kind of how it works. And, you know, he kind of took me under his wing and we became really good friends, you know, from day one. And, you know, so I gave him crap about, I think the first interaction we had is I gave crap about me playing second base against Cleveland and stealing a knock from him on a diving play. You know, it's like so crazy that happened a week before the trade deadline. You know, we're both on the same team. So, he definitely was a big part in feeling comfortable.
Is there competition between you guys as friends? Because you guys are looked upon as the big boppers on this team. Are you guys constantly arguing about who's got more power, who wins in a home run derby? And how bad would you smoke him in something like that?
No, there's not too much argument. You know, I think he's an incredible hitter, and he's somebody that I want to learn from as much as I can. And so that's kind of the relationship we have, is bouncing ideas off of each other. And you know, I might come to him with a video, or he might come to me with a video, and we kind of, you know, dissect, you know, what we're feeling that day and whatnot. So it's been an unbelievable relationship.
That's the weirdest thing to me, is that a lot of times guys do things differently. So like your hitting might be different from the way he hits, or your approach or what you're looking for. Is it that easy to just share information to help one another out when maybe your mindset and your game or the way you play the game is so different?
Yeah, I think all of us have obviously a different approach, and we want to, you know, dive in on what our strengths are. You know, that's the main thing you got to work on in this game, is just strengthening your strengths. And so I think both of us kind of grasp the idea of what each other's strengths are. And I think that's why we work so well together and talk so much, is I think we have a very good understanding. I mean, the swing's been the same for hundreds of years, you know? Right. So I think it's just kind of getting back to, you know, simplifying the swing if one of us feels off. And I think each other are a good voice for that.
Talking to Jake Berger here over at Marlins Spring Training. Have you seen the giveaway jersey they're doing for you this year?
Yeah,
this is for those who haven't seen on our end of the thing, but like Jake Berger custom jersey, but it has the burger and like Western type of horseshoe lines. Are you a horseman, Jake Berger? Does this encapsulate all that is you?
Well, we live about 40 minutes south of Nashville in Tennessee, kind of farmland country. And so we have a couple horses in our neighborhood that we bring my son to. He loves feeding. So, you know, we lean into that a little bit, and obviously get him his first pair of boots here soon. But, you know, try and lean into that country lifestyle a little bit.
Is that the dream one day? Are you retiring on the farm after baseball is all said and done?
Yeah, my dad's side of the family have been farmers in Indiana for over 100 years, and so I want to get back to that and have some chickens and cows and whatnot, and just kind of ride off into the sunset where it's just me and my family.
So you grew up with the country strength, like you're holding the hay, this is immediately why we know why he hits bombs. Nothing but feed
why
and
does
hay.
Why does it
Jim
always
told me,
seem,
dude, back in the day.
Why does it always seem like a home run hitter used to be some kind of farmer and throw bales at you, right?
Exactly.
When I was in Cleveland, Jim told me, you're right.
Yeah,
he was just country strong, right?
Yeah, I remember going back over the summers to my grandma's house and herding turkeys and doing all types of stuff on the farm. So.
Herding turkeys.
Yeah,
I like
Yeah,
that.
I'm sorry, I'm city folk.
Are you ever dabbling? No, some teammates will dabble in the hunting. Do you get into that kind of pastime, or is it just you strictly like being around the farm life?
Yeah, I mean that's I bow hunt, so that's kind of.
I just picture you in some woods with a knife in your crawling on the ground, Rambo style.
Oh yeah.
So what is the biggest game you've taken down?
No, just whitetail, nothing major. I mean, I want to get out west and maybe get some elk in, but maybe a moose, but that's a different ball game out there.
Have you tried to recruit Josh Bell to go hunting with you?
I've recruited him to go on a fishing trip this season.
Baby steps.
Yeah, so we'll go maybe an off day, maybe go catch something out in the ocean. So that's kind of the extent I've recruited him to.
Let me ask you with Josh. Do you have the same thing with Leroy? Because whenever I say I want to go in the ocean or somewhere, he says I don't do that. That's for white people that we like to endeavor with the outdoor activities. So, are you finding it to be that hard of a thing to convince him? Because this is the same thing
He's
I
from
have.
Texas, though.
Yeah, he's from
It's
Texas.
a little bit different.
Okay.
So,
So if your family's from Texas, what's your excuse?
My family's from Hattiesburg, Texas, right? But no, I grew up in New Orleans, right? We're feet on the ground fishermen. Now I've been in the ocean fishing, right?
But you won't you won't go in the ocean.
No.
I won't go in the ocean either. I'll fish. I'm not hopping in there.
You haven't been down here long enough. I could definitely see you going down there. You're spearfishing because, imagine that you're bow fishing, but for a shark.
No, I can't.
No. This is right.
Nah.
You showed me the video footage of a black person getting bit by a shark.
I'll find it.
I'll wait. No, you won't.
I don't even hop in. I don't even like lakes, to be honest.
I'm not getting in the lake.
Pools are close too.
Because the gators, you can't see the gators coming.
Exactly.
You can at least see the sharks. No.
Jake, what are you guys getting in Tim Anderson? You had some time with him in Chicago. You guys add that. Everybody knows, what he's been at the peak of his powers. How has he been around here, and what do you think he's going to bring to you guys?
Yeah, he's been awesome. He was one of my favorite teammates in Chicago, and he's bringing that energy. I mean, that's kind of how he was in Chicago. He's that spark plug, and obviously we have a spark plug in Luis Ariz, and then you add Tim to the lineup as well. It's really exciting, and he's been awesome since he's come over. I think any change of scenery is a good thing, and so I'm really excited to get to play with him this season and let him do his thing.
It's really cool that all the new guys kind of are familiar with the other new guy, so it's kind of coming together rather quickly. There's not a whole lot that you guys have to learn about one another because, like you said, you have either they've welcomed you or you have guys that you play with. So that's going to be really cool.
Yeah. I think that just adds to the culture. I think Skip's done an unbelievable job here with cultivating that culture last spring training. That's when it started, and you're bringing in really, really good dudes that want to fit into that clubhouse and want to go out there and win ball games and do anything it takes. And we're getting that in Tim Anderson.
How much do you feel like the team is being, slept on? You guys obviously in a division, a lot of big money being spent around you guys, but you guys did make the playoffs last year. I feel like some of the moves you made, this lineup, especially with you and Josh here from the start, and Tim, I think Jazz said the other day, I feel like you guys are being slept on a little bit. How much do you agree with that?
Yeah. I mean, you look at our pitching staff. I mean, obviously we're missing Sandy. He's our guy, but we got so many guys. Trevor's healthy, right? Bender's healthy. It's top to bottom. Bullpen or rotation. It's nasty, and obviously it's a tough division. There's no questions about it, but I feel like we've made some good additions on the offensive side as well. And so, anything can happen. You're starting with a clean slate. The past is the past, and you got to go out there and prove it.
Before we get you out of here, Jay Berger, we appreciate the time, man. Are the pants as bad as they say this year? Like, how? What are we dealing with? Is this been a problem?
Nobody goes out there bare pants. They all wear tights.
You don't know what
pants.
people are wearing, man.
They
like,
wear
what if there's a
tights.
slump?
No. Let me tell you something. If you play baseball and you go out there bare pants, your thigh is going to get ripped up from sliding. Everybody has tights on underneath there.
Are the pants as bad as they say?
I haven't seen an issue yet, but we'll see as the season goes on. Obviously the photos are tough luck, but I don't think people are taking too much stock into what a photo looks like.
Thank you.
Well, okay, but we'll see. He also said we'll see. That doesn't mean you're right.
Don't most people wear tights underneath there anyway?
Yeah, that's what I wear tights under.
Right.
Yeah, but like, what if you want to get like a little crazy with it? Like,
no, you're not, because you're gonna rip all your
what if
skin off your
what if
leg.
he has this print going on, there's just to get out of a slump for one time, and then all of a sudden, fanatics.
What do you do when you're in a slump?
Oh, for me, I think it's just like stop overthinking. I mean, that's the main thing. There's nothing
weird.
Nothing weird. Like
this guy would put on lace underwear.
I already have like the superstition of like left sock on before the right sock, but like nothing like too wild. It's like for me, I'm my own worst enemy, and I start overthinking. And it's like, oh, it's my hands here, it's my elbow, it's my hip. Like, I'll just go out there and do your thing, man. Like that's what's gonna get you out of it.
What's the weirdest thing you've seen a teammate do?
Ooh, I haven't really seen like too craziest stuff. I think some guys just are embarrassed to like show that. I'm sure like some things are going on.
We know
but
what
like,
happens.
yeah, but like I haven't seen it firsthand yet.
We can't wait for the season, Jay Berger. Thanks so much for the time, man. We appreciate it, and we will be back right after this.
Tobin and Leroy here with you, 560 WQAM. We're live from Marlins Spring Training. Thanks to Jake Berger and Trevor Rogers stopping by this hour. We got the new boss here, man.
Yep.
New president of baseball operations,
Yep.
Peter Bendix, joining us here. Peter, is it weird being called the boss? Like, how is it? Has it been a tough adjustment for you, or you are the tops of an organization? I imagine that's a cool dream come true, but is it weird at all? Is it a weird feeling?
It's a little weird to be called the boss, but I'm leaning into it a little bit. And it really is a dream come true. It's something that still feels surreal every day, and I'm just really thankful to be here.
Is it good to, like it's the transition can't be too difficult because you left an organization that kind of operates the same way, right? The people that you bring in, you're going to have to be a talent evaluator more than a team that can just go and say, oh, he's a big player, let's throw him a boatload of money. So how has that transition been, being that now you're the guy that's responsible for all this evaluation of talent and deciding who you sign or not or whatnot?
It's a lot to learn, right? There's a lot of new people to learn, players, staff, coaches, all of that. A lot to learn in one off season is a pretty short time.
Right.
But spring training is a great time for that. Everybody's in the same place. Everybody's in a good mood. Everybody's happy to be here. No one's gone 0 for 4. No one's lost any games yet. So it's a really good time to just build those relationships.
Right.
You so a dream you've had for a long time. Like, what was when you got the chance to interview for the job? Like, what were the nerves like? Like how did you, I guess, knock the socks off of Bruce Sherman and be like, nailed it? Did you feel like afterwards nailed that interview and you felt like you were going to get the job?
Well, I was in such a great situation with the Rays. I'd been there for 15 years. I knew everybody there so well, developed those relationships, great relationship with their president, with the owner, with really everybody in that organization. So I felt like I was in a win-win, right? If this situation ended up being as good as it turned out to be, then that's wonderful. If not, then I had a wonderful situation with the Rays too.
How do the Rays do it every year? Because I think that's definitely one of the things that stands out is they very much like this organization have to be in a division with big time spenders. How did they go about taking on the likes of the Yankees and the Red Sox and big spending teams?
It starts with people. It really does. It's people and culture and getting the best out of your group and putting people in position to succeed. So that's ultimately how I look at my job is I need to put other people in position to succeed, have them be supported, get the resources they need, whatever it might be, and then make sure that we've got the right people and really good people. Because if you empower really good people, you're going to get really good results.
It is pretty amazing that there's a bunch of different ways to do this, right? And you can't just assume in baseball that if you spend the most money, you're going to win, because it hasn't proven that way. But I'm amazed at how people can go from grassroots to evaluation to surrounding yourself with, like you said, the right people and still put a championship contender out there. And what's happened here, what's happened in Tampa, at the end of the year, everybody's just amazed at how are they doing it. Well, you still got to play the games, and there's talent on the field, and people overlook this pitching staff. This pitching staff has been amazing, even with the injuries for the last couple of years, and that has to mean something, but they don't, like, it doesn't for some reason.
Yeah, you can never have enough pitching, and pitching is the hardest thing to find, and we have a lot of really, really good arms.
Right.
Even with Sandy out,
right,
we have a lot of really good arms in the major leagues, in the minor leagues, throughout the whole system, and that's a really appealing situation to be in because that gives you flexibility, that gives you depth, and ultimately pitching is what wins games.
Right.
Yuri Perez was such a sensation last year, but I know that the organization had to be cautious at times. When you came in, is the idea, I know he's dealing with some finger hand stuff in camp, but is the plan to let him go this year and no restrictions, or is that still a possibility because he is still very, very young?
He is very, very young, and I think with any pitcher, right, these guys, you have to be very reactive to how they're feeling, what the stuff looks like, what does the extension look like, all of these different indicators that might suggest fatigue or that some kind of intervention is necessary. But ultimately, we're just concerned about making sure they stay healthy at every step along the way, and that we're really intentional with whatever the workload is, whatever the plan is, and stay reactive to how the pitcher is feeling. Prioritize recovery, prioritize rest, but also you don't have to necessarily set one round number as being the only drop dead point at which you have to shut somebody down. It's just being reactive throughout the year.
What went into bringing Tim Anderson in? That was kind of the buzz all spring that you guys were thinking about it, and what has been the first impressions of him here?
He's been great. He is hungry. He is hungry to prove that last season was a fluke. There's a long list of guys that have had a bunch of good seasons and then one bad season, and then they get back on and they have good seasons. I think he really wants to be on that list, and he knows what he needs to do. He's been a great teammate. He's been receptive. He understands his circumstances, his situation, and I think he's a perfect fit for our roster.
What do you go into for looking at a guy, for like not the dummies like us who are going to Baseball Reference and being like, the numbers, like you obviously are looking at different angles of things, Peter. Like, so what do you look at and saying like, nah, I think these went into, maybe it was just some things that are off, and that star that he was is still there.
I think you look at a lot of different things. You look at the circumstances of what happened last year. You look at maybe some of the underlying numbers that might be a little bit more predictive, how hard he's hitting the ball, that sort of thing. You look at his health, the physicality, what you expect that to be like moving forward. He's moving great, right? He looks like he's completely free and athletic again. And some of the things that happened last year, I think, can be attributed potentially to some of his physical limitations, some injuries that he had that we're hoping he's through. And he's still young. He's still young, and he still has a lot to prove.
How much, when you get, like, what is the process like once you get the job here? Are you diving like right into the full roster of what they did? Like, what is that? I mean, that seems like we see all the numbers, and I know everybody, you have minor leagues here and all that, but it seems like a daunting thing to, like, I got now in a whole organization to cram. What is that process like for you?
I mean, the phrase drinking from a fire hose has been used many times. And my first probably 3 months really before spring training, it was entirely that, because you have to learn new people. You have to learn new players. You have to learn all of these different new circumstances. Who do you talk to about this thing? Who approves these things? And also, you have a normal off season where you have to go through the regular beats of an off season. You have to talk about free agents. You have to talk about trades. You have to protect players for the Rule 5 draft. All of these different things that you're used to, alongside learning very quickly about all of these new people.
Now, baseball is so much bigger than all the other sports, and you have more people in your organization than all the other sports. Are you familiar with any of the players when you come over? Because I know when coaches switch teams, they've either game planned against the team they're going to, or they've seen these guys play. Baseball is a little different in that you go through 3 different levels. Are you familiar with any of the guys, or maybe in the draft you've seen them, or you maybe scouted them any? So how was that when you came here? Did you have any familiarity with like a couple of players? Oh, I remember him from here. Or,
I mean, you know, players from having played against them, right? The Rays play the Marlins every year.
Right.
So you at least see those guys 4 times a year. There were a number of ex-Rays here, actually. Some that I brought over after I came, and some Xavier Edwards, JT Chagua, that were already here that I had some kind of relationship with from before. And, you know, I talked to Joey Wendell a little bit, obviously not a Marlin anymore, but understand his experience from last year. And you really you're 2 or 3 degrees of separation from so many people in this industry, right? So you can talk to the people you know and get put in touch with someone they know, and then you get the download of how things were, what went well, what might they need, and it helps you get more background.
We'll get Chad here. Peter Bendix, new president of Marlins baseball operations, kind enough to sit down with us. Skip Schumaker, great first campaign with the Marlins. When you guys collabed together, like what was that process like? You know, you obviously did a good job last year, but you know, a new guy comes to run the ops side of things. Was it seamless? Like, how did you find those first interactions with Skip?
He was wonderful. He continues to be wonderful. I flew out to see him right after my first week on the job was at the GM meetings out in Arizona. And then when the GM meetings ended, I flew out to California, had dinner with Skip, got to know him a little bit. And we talked probably every day during the off season. A lot of texting, a lot of phone calls, a lot of conversations. He was incredibly helpful in giving me background on players, on what happened last year, on things to be aware of, things to look out for. And then watching him do his thing at spring training, right? And seeing the way he can command a room, the way he can communicate, the way he can listen. It's really impressive. And you can see that he's comfortable, he knows what he's doing, and he's also so open-minded to new ideas, to different ways of doing things.
And just before, what have you made of Miami? Like, how much have you enjoyed the city? Like, have you found a place? Because I imagine cramming an organization, and then your family's got to move here. You got to find a place. Like,
How was that? Have you been settled in? Have you gotten a chance to settle in at all?
Somewhat. So I'm married, no kids yet, and my wife and I are renting. We moved down right after Christmas. I kind of went back and forth for a while. House is on the market, so if anybody needs a house in St. Pete, let me know. And then we're looking for a house in Miami, hopefully relatively close to the ballpark.
Well, we can't wait for opening day, Peter. Thanks so much for the time, man. Congrats on the gig, and we can't wait to see what you do with this team.
Thanks for having me on.
All right, everybody, that's our show for today. Thanks again to the Marlins for having us out here. Jake Berger, Trevor Rogers for stopping by, and we will talk to you guys next week.
The number one.